fucking session we've ever had.
We're playing some D&D. One of our poor players has just ingested some hot balls into her mouth. Well, lungs, if we're honest. I don't know what they are.
Can someone explain what that actually means? Because I'm a little lost.
We bought it at a pizzeria. It's like dough with a bunch of spicy shit like embedded in it.
Yeah, it's basically cheesy bread with hot stuff.
It's more like a garlic knot with hot stuff.
Nice.
Yeah.
Show us your hot stuff. All right.
That was bad.
It was. That's what I'm here for.
Woo.
All right. Oh, look at that mockery with 11 months. Woo, 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 woo. Oh, wait, I have the button for that. I don't know why I'm making it with my mouth. I like to make the mouth noises. Fucking, all right. So, we are playing some Dungeons and Dragons today. We are following the continuing adventures of the Dawnforged company. A band of trepid adventurers have recently made their way back from the air elemental plane after facing off with Yan Si-bin, the elemental prince of air, who was trying to conscript the entire Aarakocran people into his service for the trade of immortality for the entire race. But they were not to be bound once more against their will, as Uza stood for his entire race and said, "Nah, dog, it's going to be no from me." And, wow, Ty, you're undermining yourself here. Okay, it's fine.
No, it's fine. I think I actually legit said that at some point. So
I'm pretty sure you did, so.
It's accurate.
He said it's going to be a no for me, dog.
It's going to be a no from me, dog. And then they proceeded to fight him and his shades. After dispensing of him and those helping him, there came flying out of the distance a flight of Aarakocra, who were coming to address apparently the same issue, knowing that there was a rift somehow created between the two worlds and had come to investigate. Leading those was Uza's brother, Skra'al. He had put together, or brother been called to be part of the Azure Guard, this elite guard that Uza now knows himself part to be of the champions of Akkadi. Akkadi valuing freedom above all else. And in this kind of impressive guard, there was many highly armored and impressive individuals, but they connected back with Uza and found out what was going on the other side of things. And apparently they've been very, very occupied with everything that has been happening in the air elemental plane and had not heard of what was happening with the Aarakocran people. But eventually they were able to help find the runes hidden inside of the metal disc that they had been summoned to by Yan Si-bin and found their way back to the material plane. They found themselves back under one of the windmills that surrounded the city that create a magical barrier protecting it from the harshness of living on top of a mountain, so that way they can enjoy all of the aspects of wind with none of the cold things that would normally eschew living creatures from living there. But while they rested, they wanted to make sure that everything was absolutely safe before they headed back, and they found one of the Jinn, these large magical humanoids, float in with two of the Air Myrmidon elementals. He opened the portal, looked through, trying to see what was on the other side, and not sure exactly what he was looking for, but they knew they could not be discovered, so they attacked and took the Jinn out with expediency, is one way to put it. They kicked the shit out of him. It was like one turn.
Was bitch.
And upon
definitely one turn.
Yeah, and upon the Jin's expiration, the Myrmidon once again became passive and awaited instruction, and recognized Uza as part of the Azure Guard. And he told them to continue about patrolling and to tell no one of this. To this point, they started to suspect that maybe somebody in the council might have sent this Jin to look at to try to find them, or to check on this portal between the realms to see if maybe it was ready for them. So they decided to head out and confront the council themselves. But after a long rest, they decided a long rest would probably be in order first, so they took the time to heal and recover all of their many abilities through this long rest. Then they made their way out, stepped right past the kind of the poor bookish keeper to the library, and just went straight upstairs to see the council above. Poor Cutter didn't even know what he was talking about, and he never had the chance. They walked right past him. They come into the room and they find Ogoj Rohanar talking about something with the council. But before they can parse it out, they are told, they make their demands to be heard. And through some back and forth and some very careful catching of eyes and looking around, and through some skimming of their thoughts by Zadok, they find that one of them said, "Shit, we're gonna have to murder them." And then Usa just came out and said it. Y'all fucked up. I don't. And it's at this point that the Skrivak, the High Lord of the council, the dude kind of in charge, for the he threw something into this magical cauldron in front of them, and these two forms of mist poured from the sides and out of the bookcases. It's at this point that Vicer threw out a quick slow spell to catch as many as he could. And that's where we're going to go ahead and start this battle.
Yeah.
So, first things first. I need you to roll on your magic
Wild
table.
magic table?
Yep.
D100, right?
Yes. 11.
11.
Do you have the table up, or do you want me to?
I do not. Sorry.
Okay, not a problem. I can pull it up here. Okay. Roll the d10.
Uh-oh.
I don't like when it tells me to roll again.
6. Okay, that is an even number, correct? Yep. You grow 6 inches in height.
Ha Wait, how tall was I before? Did I write this down anywhere?
I think you were even 6 foot.
Now I am 6'6".
Permanently.
Alright.
Gotta get you one more 6.
Got those high waters. Very fashionable nowadays.
Oh, god damn. Don't fit anymore. I just got all this shit. Oh, Taylor. We gotta go back to the Fey realm. That's the only way this can happen.
Wait, this is permanent?
This is permanent.
Hey, I got the
Wild
needle and mending.
magic,
I might
man.
actually be able to tailor that a little
That
bit.
would be fantastic. For this fight, though, all my clothes are shit.
Yeah, you're right.
Why do I
No,
put
no,
my
take
height
your time.
there?
How tall did you imagine would be before?
I'm just trying to see if I wrote it down anywhere.
Yeah, well, let me see if you wrote it on maybe
Nah,
D&D
we'll just
Beyond,
call
'cause
him.
it'll ask.
We'll just call him 6'6" for now.
Fuck. Holy shit. It's funny, if it was odd, you would have shrunk.
Oh fuck that!
Would have been as tall as me.
Hold on, let me see if you wrote it
I
there.
mean, I'm 5'6". That is bullshit.
You were,
Oh, look at
according to
Vice
your
wearing
D&D
his daddy's
Beyond,
fake wild clothes.
according to your D&D Beyond, you were 6'1", so now you're 6'7".
6'7".
Damn.
Crime minutely. Where did you find that?
Your D&D Beyond, if you go to description, you wrote 6'1", 180 pounds.
180
It's like-
pounds.
You wrote.
Where is it? I don't see where. Oh,
I
I
If you
think
go-
that's kind of a
If you
generic
go to
human.
next to
size.
features and traits,
Oh.
you can see description.
Oh, appearance. All right. Oh, there it is. How do I edit
Yep.
this?
Yeah, and then, so you'll need to edit that soon. Now, 6'7". Fucking, of course you are. That's amazing.
Does he gain proportionate weight, or is he still 180 pounds at 6'7"?
This fucking stick
He gains
person.
he gains proportional weight because I don't think I hate the idea of being Laffy Taff stretched. It just is awful to me. So we'll say your new 6 inches.
6
You're now
inches, I mean,
220. I'd say
Whatever
to
works,
be
man.
proportional. So yeah, you're now 6'6" and 220. What a way to start combat. Fucking
Who is fapping in his mic?
not it.
Yeah, what is that?
Those protein shakes before the fight started.
Sounds like somebody's running around.
Oh, that's Mike going up and down the stairs.
Oh, gotcha.
To maintain your same BMI, you would be 210 now.
210.
Look
Okay.
at me.
Off the top of
Look
my
at
head, not bad.
Math.
Math, I just typed BMI calculator into
I
Google.
don't care.
I'm an engineer. I don't do math. I have machines do math for
Yeah.
me.
And you were smart enough to do that, and we're all
Oh,
Wait,
proud of you.
that was the trick?
Amazing.
Oh, thank God, I could be an
I'm
engineer.
Okay.
I'm making computers constantly answer bullshit for me.
Mhm.
Oh, 6-inch growth. That's fucking hilarious. All right. So, with that, as you cast, you all see Vicer just kind of stretch upwards, and Vicer, you feel the root. Your perspective goes up and up and up, and you're now 6 inches taller. All right.
Wow.
Then, right after that, it's going to be one of the living cloud kills turn.
Oh, no, I thought I was ahead of them. Oh, no.
No, they got a 21. So they are going to use spell mimicry, and I need everybody to make a Constitution saving throw.
Uh-oh.
Shit.
24 saves.
Ooh, look at that. Nat.
Ooh, I'm gonna use luck.
Go ahead.
Yeah, luck pays off.
Nice. Luck pays off.
What do we have to
10
beat?
fails, 14 fails, 16 is what you need to beat.
All right.
Holy shit, I didn't add
16?
20 that save.
I'm gonna use a luck point.
No, my mess was at disadvantage, but whatever.
8 works, because he failed either way. All right. 13 still
One more
fails.
luck point. One more luck point.
You can only use one luck per throw.
Oh fuck. What about my bend luck?
You just used it to make them fail. One of them fail. That's why you had to roll on the table. All right, so those of you who failed, you take 22 points of poison damage, and you are
Wait,
poisoned.
what spell were they mimicking?
Cloud kill.
Who did Cloud Kill?
The living cloud kill spells.
They're literally cloud kills.
They're living spells that are cloud kill. Yeah.
How many points of damage?
22 and are poisoned. If you succeeded, you only take 11 points. And Vicer, I need you to make a Constitution saving throw to maintain concentration on slow.
Ooh.
There it is.
You
Yeah.
easily save. Yeah, you got that slow. Mad continuing. All right. And then for movement, it's going to move here. No, it's going to move here.
Okay.
All right. That'll bring us to Blutscale. Oh, wait, shit. I forgot one thing before we get to you guys' turns. The social aspect of this encounter is still very much on. You're dealing with a group of individuals, and you can use your action on your turn to try to convince one or all of them to stop what they're doing, to convert to your side. This is a group of individuals, each of which you've gotten kind of a read on last session. And so the aspect of getting them to, you don't have to kill them to defeat them. There's all sorts of different ways this can go out. I wanted to make sure that was that I stated that before we went into this, because I know once we get into combat, it usually goes to kill them, and I just want to make sure that
Bloodthirsty.
I wanted to read.
Can we? And
No,
would
no,
it be
it's
okay to
just-
give us a quick recap on where each person is standing?
Absolutely. All right, so most stubborn is going to be Scrivak here at the top. He was the one kind of telling everybody to fuck off. He's also the one who started the combat. You, by reading this, let's see, what is
He's the one who
his name?
summoned the cloud kills?
Yeah, Scrivak is the one who summoned the cloud kills. Whipplet, over here, he was trying to stop all the conversation. He was also the one that read, "Shit, we're gonna have to kill them, aren't we?" Was pulled off the top of his mind. You got a lot of you were very suspicious of the red Woolerai. Woolerai was pretty quiet for the most part, but looking around very suspiciously and was like kind of trying to read the most from everybody else, but also was seemed to be for the most part agreeing with stuff Scrivak said. Over here we have Quilitic, who was more contrarian and was trying to calm the situation down before it exploded. And then Frillet right here. Somebody had detect magic up. They have several. They have magical items all over them, and were pretty silent, kind of waiting and watching to see which way shit went down. Is that kind of
Okay, so Fillarit hadn't said much, and Killitic seemed swayable.
They were trying to get everybody to calm down and not fight, and
All right.
So yeah, I'd say I did this intentionally, but I didn't. I wanted you guys to figure it out. But you know what? Since we have it here, it goes from most persuadable, least persuadable, and but for these 4, and then with him just being the least persuadable overall.
Gotcha. Cool.
Okay.
Perfect.
I take it.
All right, Bloodscale, you are up.
I'm gonna do something dumb.
Nice.
In a full hop and slide over the table.
Gotta
Athletics
do
check?
it. Has to be done.
I mean, sure. It's more for funsy flavor, but sure, dude.
Oh, absolutely. I just want to see how well you do it.
You know who has advantage on athletics?
Yo,
This
mama.
boy.
Are you
Damn.
raging?
Bear totem, you don't have to be raging to do it.
No, I just need to know if you're raging or not. Sorry.
No, not yet.
Okay. Yeah, 27. So you guys watch as Bloodscale goes from a full sit, and he just leans forward, presses his hands against the table, and then as he continues to, he pushes his feet out from the chair, rolling forward, and then pushes off and launches his body up. So he clears the table, and then as he rolls forward, lands directly in front of this poor owl-looking motherfucker. And it's a fucking impressive ass move.
I will then rage in this owl's face. I will then low growl yield, and I will shoot my breath weapon up over the heads of everybody. Yeah, I'm not going for the cloud. It's not that draw thing. Fuck off.
I see where you're going.
Get rid of that line. It's stupid. It's a 15-foot cone, so I'm assuming like this.
Perfect. Okay.
And I'm trying to launch it over their heads. But
Okay.
depending on what the weapon is, it may be hot.
Perfect. Okay. Go ahead
I don't know
and
what the weapon is right now.
roll your breath damage and make an intimidation check at advantage.
Alright, there's down.
Oh wait, no. Not yet, because you'll have to use an action to intimidate since you're using your action to breath weapon. It'll give you advantage on your next intimidation check. All right.
I was trying to expend my breath weapon to make my intimidation check better.
You know what? It's use of breath weapon. That's limited resources. We'll just give it to you. Yeah,
Plus,
that makes sense.
I can technically attack twice in a turn. I figured the growl of yield
It's
while doing this is probably it.
It's an act. We're just gonna give it to you. Normally, it'd be an action and an action, but it doesn't matter. So go ahead and roll you an intimidation check at advantage. $22. Excellent.
Shit.
And perfect. So as you yield, as you release your breath weapon into the air, it is fully made of flame, and all around you see the bookcases start to catch on fire.
That's fine. I'm enraged. 0 fucks given.
Okay. That'll bring us to the second living cloud kill. They
Hit
are
me.
gonna... Oh, excuse me. Do they have reach? They do have reach, so he's gonna pivot over here. He's gonna make 2 magical strikes. First one against Zadok. That's a natural one, so that misses like a motherfucker. You see, as it tries to like whip out this magical burst of energy towards you, Zarek, you actually instinctively pull and you spin your gun in your hand, and it creates this momentary shield as it blows away its magical strike, just reflecting it off of
Revolver Ocelot style.
Revolver Ocelot style. And then its second attack is going to be against Vicer with a magical strike. 14. Does that hit?
Yes.
Okay, you take 22 points of poison damage, and I need another Constitution.
I have
saving
shield there,
throw.
would you, buddy?
I'm gonna die, guys.
You wouldn't happen to have shield, would you, buddy?
I have the quick spell shield.
Well, no,
as a reaction, I can use that, right?
Yes, yeah, that increases your AC and would save you from getting hit.
Oh, we'll do that then.
Okay, perfect. Yeah, so don't forget that. It increases for you the rest of the turn. So until the end of your next turn, you have +5 to your AC. So you go from a 13 to an 18, which is a big gap. So go and add your 24 health points back. And so as it reaches out, you see that spins across from Zadok. And then as the second strike goes out, Vicer, you just kind of... You give it like a kind of a quick smile as you pull your your 2 fingers across your mask, and then down across your sword, and then you pull up the magical essence from your sword, and it just blasts this shield in front of you, like, fling! And as it bursts apart, you see this kind of burst of magical rose petals burst out from where it hit, and then the rose petals gather around you and form a magical shield for the rest of your turn.
Playing a lot of Hades, I can tell.
Lot of Hades. Hey, Featherfall, what's going on? All right, and that'll bring us to Mesnos.
Mesnos, what?
Yep.
Why is Faf in the turn order?
Faf's always in the turn order. It's just whether he's
No,
brave or
it's
not.
Faf then me. I just don't see Mesnos in the turn order.
Oh, weird. Mesnos is a 17. I don't know why you can't see it. That's super straight.
Am I the only one who can't see it?
No, I
Not
can't see it
mine
either.
Okay, I'm just going to re-roll his and put him back at 17, so that way you guys can see it.
There he is.
Deleted. There we go. So that way y'all can see it, and then... Okay, good. It went automatically. Perfect. You guys can see him at 17 then?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect. Okay. Mesnos, you're up.
A fun on a bun. This wasn't updated with our long rest, so I need to do a thing real quick.
Sure. All right, so while he's looking at that, we're gonna have. Let's see who's. Next.
I'm ready. I was just literally modifying very,
Okay,
very tiny details.
it's-
I'm good now.
Oh, okay, you're good now. Go ahead then.
All right, so you can hit from a million fucking miles away.
He absolutely can. Oh,
He is
shit,
going-
hold on.
He is going to attempt to shift away, even if that incurs an attack of opportunity.
Okay, that will incur an attack of opportunity. So that's gonna come from the living cloud kill. Bam. Does a 12 hit?
No.
Perfect. He's fine.
That's half his movement. He is going to attempt to hit Grand Central Dickbag over there.
Perfect. Mental Prison. Oh, I love this spell. Okay, this is gonna be good. All right. So, what's the saving throw?
17!
Is it Wisdom?
The spell.
Charisma. All right, hold on. Let's see.
Intelligence.
Intelligence. Ooh. Yeah, he's a pretty smart boy. Let's see how smart. 3, 2, 1. Let's jam. Oh, he rolled an 8. He's got a +4 and he rolled an 8. All right.
Damn.
So
5d10 psychic damage.
5d10. Oh, no, you're good. Okay, so perfect. 22 points of freaking psychic damage to him. Good start on his damage. Okay, and then failed save, and then the area immediately around the target space appears to be dangerous in some way, so it perceives it as something hideous that you guys won't know what it is unless he says something.
But I can cause what it is, so I'm going to tell you what it is.
Oh, perfect. Yeah, what is Mesnos
In
putting
the
in
chat.
Okay, perfect. And then I'll describe it when it comes to them. And then target makes his mark moves out. Makes me attack. And there's no save after this starts, is there?
No!
All right, that's fine.
Nice.
All right, cool. Cool.
Fucking noise.
I don't get to play with that toy this turn, but that's all right. All right, and then he is going to have to use his ward to take that. It was 22 damage, correct?
Yes.
So then we'll do. What was it? Okay, so perfect. All right. Shit, that sucked. Oh. All right, that'll bring us to Faf, who is disappeared and inside Visair Giles. You know what? Roll a d20 for me, Visair.
Okay.
He's in a situation where I don't know how to read him, so we're going to do a 10. 10, okay. Can you roll one more? I need something not in the middle.
Thought that might happen. There
There
we
we
go.
go. Okay. Yeah,
Hit me
he
with
is
that net. 20.
natural 20.
Come on,
All
Faf.
right, so Faf, feeling bold, he is actually. Oh my god, this is gonna be the shortest fight in history. All right, so
I
Matt-
don't think he has an immolate in the ring. I don't think we have.
He
a
doesn't.
recharge.
No, he doesn't need to though. He's gonna fly over here, and he's
Yeah,
gonna
breath,
use his
breath.
Euphoria breath. It only hits one person, but he's gonna. Oh no, he's gonna use color spray.
There we go.
A 15-foot cone to hit all 3 of these.
As long as he doesn't hit me.
No, he'll miss you with that. So, oh my god, are you kidding me? All right.
41.
Yeah, no. So,
What?
no, it doesn't do 41. It doesn't do 41 points of damage. So, starting a creature with the lowest
Blinded?
hit points, which would be, it actually didn't work against them. They have more hit points than 41.
Even
So-
the guy that got all fucked up?
Even the guy who got all fucked up. If he hadn't had his Abjurer's Ward, it would have been different. But, oof. All right.
So what does that
That could
mean?
have been real bad.
No.
It doesn't hit them
No.
at all? There's no
The
way. That
total
would
is how many hit points of creatures the spell can affect.
Yeah.
In ascending order of their current hit points.
Yeah,
Yeah.
nobody has under 41. So
No. It hits the person who has most hit points first in
Yeah.
the spray.
And you can only use the 41. It's 41 is the total amount of damage being put out. Like if it was to go over that, it would
It's-
go to the next person and the next person.
But it's not damage. That's the thing. It's compared to the hit points. It's like the sleep spell. Like if something has, if you rolled 41 and they have 38 hit points, they're put to sleep and there's no save or anything like that. It's similar to that, but it's color spray. So nobody had. They all had over 41 HP. So
Hey Ty,
reading
it
it seems
does
like
say
the first
it
one.
yeah.
Yeah.
How many creatures it
Subtract
affects?
each creature's hit points from the total before moving on to the next creature, with the creature with the next lowest hit points. A creature's hit points must be equal to or less than the remaining total for the creature to be affected.
Yeah,
it still hits
it's-
one.
no, it's not equal to or less than. They're greater than. It doesn't hit anybody.
Hold
That's
on.
It
what I'm
has to
saying.
hit the first
That's
one.
true.
It doesn't. It says equal to or less than. So like it has greater, so it doesn't affect them. Because
It said
it's an NPC.
starting with the creature that has the lowest current hit points.
Each creature is affected.
by that.
Is spelled
Hold on, I'm trying to
subtract
read, you guys.
subtract each creature's hit points from the total before moving on to the next creature with the next
Before
lowest hit
moving
points.
on to the creature.
But then
Right,
this
yeah.
is the point. A
It
creature's hit
specifies
points.
how they're affected. If
Exactly.
they're affected.
A creature's hit points must be equal to or less than the remaining total for the creature to be affected. Because this is an NPC and I don't want
That's
to
a
play them
worthless ass spell
suboptimally.
right there.
It's not actually. It's really not. It's just a later in the conflict. So instead of that, he's gonna use his Euphoria breath. He's a free minion, dude. Calm
Doesn't
the
have
fuck
to.
down.
I know. I'm just
Jesus
like, no,
Christ.
color. Dude, it's not you. It's just that D&D has so many spells like color spray that are just actually 90% worthless, 10% okay. And it just bothers me. It's not you. It's me and D&D. It's just fucking.
I disagree
That's
completely. But okay. All right. So we'll just have him use his Euphoria breath on Frillet, and that is. Oh, it's a level 2 spell. He's a little boy. Alright.
A level 2 spell that can't hit with 41 effect. I'm just like, yeah, that's not a good spell. That's fine. It's again, it's not you. It's me and D&D. It's not. I understand completely.
He's a
That's all.
he's a goddamn like fucking. He's a.
I know he's an accessory. It's shocking he does anything. But there's also a reward for a nat 20, so I'm like, come on, do something.
He basically won us Kern. Give the boy a break.
Wait a minute, I forgot. He is an older. He actually has a spell at his command that I forgot isn't in here, because he is getting older. He shifted. He actually can do hallucinatory terrain once a day, so we'll have him do that. How's that?
Oh my god. No, you do whatever. You don't have to do anything. I'm not complaining about
Because-
your DMing. You're doing great. I'm just fucking D&D, man.
I want to reward the nat 20. That's basically what's going on here. So
Okay. All right.
let me see what this would do. Oh, well, that wouldn't really help. It would just change what this looks like. Yeah, he won't use that. That's more for like he can cloak you guys and make. So next time you guys throw up the tent and stuff, now he can make it look just like natural terrain, so nobody can even see the tent or the fortress and stuff. For future reference. So we'll stick with the Euphoria breath, and it made the save. So we'll move on to Visair.
Ryan. I'm gonna look at this guy right here. name. I'm sorry.
Frillet.
Frillet. And I'm gonna yell, "Why are we bothering fighting? There's nothing to win here. The god is dead. The deal is off. There is no reason. We're still here to help you. We're still here to help the Aarakocra. And we're here to tell you that there are those among you who would sell you all down the river to a fucking half-deity that was easily bested by a party of adventurers.
Interesting. Give me a
Your lives are worth more than he's offered for it."
Give me a persuasion check.
Nice tagline. I like it.
No, we're gonna say this is your opening argument. I'm gonna give you advantage because there was some good points there.
If only you guys knew what was happening to that one boy right now.
Yeah, only.
I almost dropped the slow to telekinetically push him out of the prison. 29.
Okay. All right. So that is very good to know. So we're gonna mark some things here in the background, but good fucking job, mate.
Between that and Bloodscale's intimidation, this might be fine.
All right, that'll bring us to
Do I have any?
Sorry.
Do I have
Yeah, bonus
bonus
action.
actions and stuff
Absolutely.
for that? I just was wondering. I don't think I want to do anything. I just wanted to know.
Yes, yeah, it only takes your action. You still have movement and bonus action.
All right, I'm just gonna move back here.
You're leaving the sphere of the cloud kill because it has a 10-foot reach, so it's
All
going
right,
to
I
go
have
back.
disengage.
You have to use a bonus. Oh, you're using a bonus action to disengage.
Noise.
I have disengaged from the rogue stuff.
Yeah, but
so.
you're using your bonus action to. You have to use your bonus action. To
Yeah.
Okay, perfect. So you're using
That's
that to escape. Perfect. Okay, go and move free of consequence. As it reaches out again, but you just kind of deftly just dodge out of the way. Easy enough. All right.
Are these upstairs?
Huh?
Is this upstairs?
Yes. Yeah. You can go up there, and this is a raised
okay.
platform about 15 feet in the air on both sides. It
Great,
takes
I'm gonna get up
15
here.
feet up the ladder, so you have to make sure. So you were here. So 5, 10. No, you have to go up the ladder.
I was here.
15.
I was right here.
Yeah, no, you have to go up the ladder. You can't fly up.
I
there.
know. I'm not trying to. I have 30 feet.
Oh, you're under it.
of
Are you under it? So 15.
I was in this space right here to start.
Yeah, so 15 feet would get you to the top of
So-
the stairs with the because it takes you 15 feet to get to it. So it'll put you here. Down one.
Okay.
Oh, we'll get you there. No, that's fine. Perfect. So we can give you one forward. Like it matters. This is a tiny room. You can cast from anywhere. But yeah, okay. So now you're 15 feet up. Perfect. All right. Woolerai's turn, and he is slowed because, of course, he is.
I'm gonna. Yeah.
Slow does not have a saving throw, correct?
Sure. Sounds right.
Hold on, let me double check here.
A creature expected by the spell makes another wisdom saving throw
Okay,
at the end of its turn.
Okay, perfect. That's what I needed to know. All right, so Woolerai is a wonderfully fun name to say. All right, Woolerai. It sounds like a fucking fighting game. Okay, so Woolerai being slowed, he has minus 10 to his. Oh no, minus 2. It's gonna 2. Is his movement affected at all?
Yeah, half speed.
Half speed. Okay, perfect. So he's going to walk forward 15 feet. Perfect. And he is going to cast Mike's favorite spell in the world, Spirit Guardians. Oh, what? That's the
Which will
lowest he can
affect-
roll almost. So
Which will affect at his next
every-
turn because he is slowed.
he needs to roll a d20.
Hold on.
I think spells
Think
just take
he-
2 turns.
No, casting time with the casting of one action, roll a
on
d20. On
its
11 or up,
turn, okay.
on 11 or higher, the spell takes effect on the creature's next turn. The creature must use its action to on that turn to complete the spell. If it can't, the spell is wasted. So he needs to roll a 10 or under, so it'll go off in his turn.
Okay, so real quick, if the spell has a casting time of 1 action, roll a d20. On an 11 or higher, the spell doesn't take effect until
Yeah, so
the
that's what
creature's next turn.
exactly. So I'm rolling a d20 to now to see when this goes up.
Okay.
You guys are on top of your rules tonight. I like it. 11, just exactly what you
Oh,
needed. So
nice.
he starts to
No,
cast.
On an
And-
11 or higher. Yeah, okay, cool.
Yeah, he starts the casting, but it's taking. So you see as he reaches out, you see this kind of like small electric sphere start to form inside, and you see as he grabs he like ends up grabbing it slowly, and you see like almost in slow motion, he looks like he's like going to grab and push the lightning out farther, but he's moving so slow. And then his wisdom saving throw to see if he's gonna continue to be slowed. He saves. What the fuck does that mean? Oh my god. The effect ends, so it would go off. Because he's no longer slowed, and his hands would just instantly go.
Wait, does he have to
No,
check
we're gonna say
it?
it's gonna go off his next turn, just because. No.
It is the end of his turn that the
Yeah,
effect
at the end
wears
of it,
off.
the effect
Yeah.
wears off.
So would it go
So-
off at the beginning
so-
of his next turn? But like, it's weird.
Beginning of his next
rephrased.
turn, not slowed.
We're gonna say it's gonna go off the beginning of his next turn, but he still has his action next turn. No,
Yeah.
we're not. He's just gonna. He's slowed until the end of his next turn. Fuck this. I don't. Fuck you, TJ, and fuck you, slow. Okay, no. All right, so that'll bring us to Ulumfa, Anointed of the Desert Sky, because slowed people don't get a bonus action.
A really important question.
Yes,
Can I stab the cloud?
you absolutely can stab the clouds.
I'm gonna stab the fuck out of this cloud.
All right.
Poisoned me and I'm upset.
I mean, I'd be upset too.
All I can.
Now remember,
I'm
poison
a
gives you
simp.
disadvantage on your attacks.
Disadvantage? Okay.
Mm-hmm. Oh, Vicer, you're poisoned, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot this time. Next time you make a con saving throw, you'll have to do it at a disadvantage. Jesus Christ.
My
27 will
attack
hit.
roll. Hallelujah.
What is with some
I'm
people
gonna
stuff
do
being
that a couple
purple?
times.
D&D Beyond.
Thank you, Miz.
Yeah.
Or Brandon.
There's
Okay,
another
so
one.
one.
That misses, I take it.
No, that hits as well. 15 is what
Oh,
you needed.
shit. Oh, cool. Alright.
So 15 slashing damage for, so 28 points of slashing damage. I believe you have one more. Jesus.
I do.
That
Again!
hits. Again! Another 11 points of slashing damage out into this cloud that, if it wasn't for your weapons, would be perfectly fine. But your weapons are good. Alrighty. Bonus action. Gonna throw your sword
Anything.
out.
Oh. Yeah? I mean,
So you can activate it with
Wait.
your bonus action and then send it to attack things because it's a dancing sword.
right.
If that's something you're interested in doing, I don't know.
I am interested in doing that.
Okay. Where would you
Spirit
like?
Blade, right?
Yeah, Garl's Spirit Blade.
Send it to the other. Well, I mean, I don't know. So we're not trying to like persuade these fellas, and/or
6 of one, half a dozen of the other.
The clouds probably are not worth persuading. I'll give you that.
not persuading. I mean, like, should I try to attack the actual?
It's up to you.
Okay. Well, I'm asking my party because I feel like I killed someone I shouldn't have last time. So I'm
Same. honestly.
attempting to learn from my mistakes.
Spare the birds, kill the rest.
Oh, okay. I'm just gonna send the dancing sword at the other cloud.
Perfect. So right there.
Yep, that looks
Perfect.
great.
All right.
Fuck
excellent.
you, cloud.
Fuck you, Cloud. All right. Movement.
Old orc yells at Cloud.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay where I'm at.
Perfect. All right. So that's action, bonus action, movement. That brings us to Whipple It. Whipple It good. Oh, God. I'm making fun of my own character.
Hey, Ty, I don't know if this matters, but I have higher dexterity than everybody here.
Oh, yeah. You
I
would.
have a 22.
22. Yep. No, you know what? I forgot that part. We're gonna do. Let me do one thing here real quick.
If you don't want to change it, that's fine. I just wanted to.
Whoops, that's not what I wanted to do.
Oh my god, I'm last now. I shouldn't have said anything.
That's what you get for questioning.
That's
Hold on 1
fair.
second. That's not fair. Don't be an ass. There we go. So next time it'll put you above them. So go ahead and take
Okay.
your turn now, Uza.
Okay. I'm going to fly up into the air
How tall?
so that everybody. I want to stay within range of this cloud
It's
kill.
It's a 50-foot ceiling. So Cloud Kill takes up large, so they're about 15 feet up.
So I'm gonna go. Yeah, I'll go like 20 feet up, so I know he's within range because I see that he's already had. He's already got reach, just so that everybody in the room can see me.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna pull. Yeah, I'm gonna just, in the name of the Azure Guard and Akati, lay down your arms. You are under arrest. And then I'm gonna use my bonus action to. Yeah, I don't. I'm trying here, man.
That's great.
As a bonus action, I'm going to pull out rope because I got them fast hands,
Sure.
and I'm gonna exhale all my breath because I don't need to breathe, and I don't want to get poisoned by Cloud Kill again.
Well, actually,
I don't
because
know
of
if
your
it matters.
actions, you go to expend your breath and you find yourself very much in need of breathing.
Motherfucker! All right, that's fair. And that'll be my turn.
Okay. Go ahead and make a.
Uh,
We'll say an intimidation check.
Okay. It's hoping for persuasion, but all right.
Oh, when you're threatening to arrest somebody, it goes kind of more intimidation.
That's fair. Hey, that's
All
not
right,
too bad.
friggin' 20. All right, good to know. Good to know. All right, I will mark that down here. Okay, so you're 20 feet up. You've pulled out some rope, and you've said you're all under arrest. All right, perfect. So bring us to Repellent. He is. Oh shit! Hold on 1 second. I realized there's somebody I forgot in the turn order. Okay, so he'll just go last this time. All right, Repellent. He is slowed, so he only gets one attack, which sucks. Oh shit! No, he's not. He would have used because there's many things in the air. He used Indomitable, so he is not slowed. He can choose to save things. All right, so.
Yeah, that's indomitable.
All right, so he is going to. Let's see. We're up in the air. Yeah, he's going to go. All right, so he's going to run up, and he is going to make two great sword attacks. As he pulls, as you see from behind, like he has a bunch of smaller blades that he clearly uses for throwing, strapped to his chest and downwards. And you see he reaches out, and as he pulls this blade out, it almost seems impossibly long. And you see it's segmented, and so he like flicks it down as they all kind of lock together, and you see it's wildly serrated. As he pulls it up and goes overhead for a two great sword attacks against Zephyr. This is 26 hit.
Oh, fuck. Yes.
13 points
Shit.
of slashing damage. Next attack. 11 probably doesn't, though. You probably get
Totally misses. Totally misses, you jerk.
And then he's going to use one of his legendary actions, and he's going to command Ally. He's going to command Fillet to attack. And nothing happens because Fillet is slowed and has no reactions, so he can't use his reactions. But he doesn't know that. So
Why
you
are
see
you
as-
helping me, you asshole?
As he dashes forward and whips out this long blade and gets the first uppercut slash into Zephyr, you see he spins it around as he comes down the other side. Zephyr, you manage to get up your staff in time and kind of glance the blade off, and he's like, now Fillet, show them your might. And Fillet just stands there for a second. And then it's Fillet's turn, and it's his turn to attack. Fillet, come on, where is your... Oh, here we go. Jesus. So the first thing Philip does is you see he spins his staff in his hand, and as he does, the illusory robes fly off of him, and the staff that he's holding transforms into a glaive. As you see, he stands there in full plate armor with a glaive in his hand.
Oh shit.
Uncool.
It slowly spins.
Yeah.
You guys
So,
are gonna
he can only-
love this.
He can only do one thing, but he's going to use his dreadful aspect. So as he does, you see this kind of the room darken, and only his glowing giant owl eyes kind of focused in or pulls your vision towards him. And he's like, "Enough of this. You will be done soon." I need everybody to make a DC 13 Wisdom saving throw, except for Viser. I think you're far enough away. Mesnos doesn't have to either.
Yay.
Hey, I'm proficient at those now.
Okay, hey.
All right,
Thank
what are we
God.
doing?
Wisdom save.
Wisdom saves.
I also technically have a +5 against fear because of a ring.
You already passed, it doesn't matter, but good to know.
I know, but I just I want to state that as a thing that I have remembered that I have
Okay.
officially.
Is this against frightened?
Yes.
Then I have advantage.
You
It
already
didn't
saved,
do
so.
me good. Oh,
You met it. It was a DC 13, so.
okay.
Everybody
Oh,
except for Ulu, you rolled a 3 for your first one, so Ulu, you are now frightened of the Blackguard.
Oh, come on.
Is it a blackguard?
Could be. Alright, and then, so that's Will, and then I'll see if he makes his Am I slow saving throw. Nope, he's still slow. That'll bring us to Zadok.
Okay. First, I am going to start my blade song.
You guys hear the deep
Nice.
throat singing as the blade song begins.
Yes. So let me just put that in there. Thank you. All right. AC 21. Good.
It's a beautiful
And
thing.
now, yeah. And now, I am going to. Oh, I do this. Oh, that's
Oh
long.
shit. Okay.
Mass
That is
suggestion.
long.
Okay. 12 creatures.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
What are their
so
wisdom
on
saving throws?
All
Okay.
of
Fucking-
the
all of the council.
Yeah. Okay, so yes, the whole council. The
Clouds,
suggestion
too.
here. Can they be? It has to be. I thought it had to be.
Creatures.
It
Yeah,
has
it
to
doesn't
be.
say anything about.
It must. So the suggestion must be worded in a manner to make a
creatures.
course of action sound reasonable. Asking a creature to stab
Right.
itself, throw itself into a sphere,
we
immolate
understand.
I
itself.
know,
We're
I
talking
know.
about whether the clouds
Yeah,
will count as creatures or not.
Counted creatures.
No, the clouds are constructs.
Okay.
I'm just
Okay.
curious. Are you including Ogoj in your mass suggestion?
I am not. He seems to be
Okay.
on the level here,
All right.
at least
so,
as far as I've been able to determine.
all
So
right,
the
wisdom
suggestion
saving.
is stand down. We can talk about this.
All right.
That's reasonable.
All right. So here we go. What level spell is this? I'm just curious. Is this 6th level? Yeah, 6th level. Fuck yeah. Okay, here we
And
go.
it lasts for 24 hours.
It does. So Scrivox first in his cage of horrors.
Damn.
He fails.
It is Gate Forest, which remains, by the way.
Frillet.
Someone go
Ah,
push him.
Fine, we'll talk. Ah!
Now,
Ah!
damage does nullify the effects
does.
of suggestion. So, just a heads up. Black 21 saves the whipplet. He's probably gonna fall.
Don't worry about that blackguard. I got that blackguard.
What's your DC?
17.
17. He's gonna use his second Indomitable to pass. That leaves. Critic. Hasn't gone yet, so getting them would be really good. And okay, so let's see what's gonna be a good suggestion. Here we
Or
go.
in there.
Oh no, I'm going. I'm just so. Then so did I do Woolorai yet? I did not. Okay.
No.
So many NPCs.
Technically, they're enemies this time.
Oh yeah, do they have advantage if they're enemies?
It doesn't say anything about anybody having advantage. Just
It
they have
doesn't-
to
nope.
make a wisdom
Perfect.
saving throw.
All right, so and then he will also fail. Okay, interesting if true. Okay, bonus. So that's action. Bonus action. Do you have any movement?
No, I think I'm good where I am.
All right, Zephyr, you are up.
Alright, do any of my teammates look especially rough?
Nobody's been hit yet.
Except,
Except
for,
for-
like you.
I'm poisoned.
Oh, sorry, the poisoned.
Sarah's
The
not
poisoned
doing
people
so
do.
great.
Everybody's missing 11. There are people like you who are missing 22. So I think you're poisoned. Ulu's poisoned. Visera's poisoned. And I can't remember. Is Mesnos poisoned?
No.
No. Okay.
Oh, I haven't made a prayer wheel yet. So... Hang on. Thunder.
What an
This is-
interesting fight so far, guys. I'm really
Gesture
impressed.
Alright.
woman? Fuck.
So, was my idea first. I want to be an air elemental.
Sure. Air elemental shift in time, and that's a bonus action transformation, correct?
Yes.
Woo, aspect of them.
So,
See, no.
Bam.
Your idea was air. My idea was earth.
yeah,
Entirely different.
I want to do air because it has nice AoE. So
now
I am
you're-
no longer poisoned.
Oh, because
Air elementals are immune to
it?
poison.
We're immune to it. And
Perfect,
we
okay.
can't have the condition poisoned either, so...
Yeah, no, you're no longer poisoned because your blood turned to air, and air ain't holding any poison. So you guys watch as Zephyr, you kind of like, you take your staff and you pull it to your chest, and as you do, you raise your hand over it, and you see this small tornado start in the heart of the tree, and it pulls all of the leaves off of this small tree on the top of your staff of the woodlands, and as it does, it expands out around you, and you see these this just engulf her, and then she becomes part of it, and you see this small bouts of poison just drop to the floor beneath her.
Alright. And... Let's see. Elemental space. What is in my space?
Literally, like the same space that you occupy. So, like, you'd have to be standing on top of something.
Okay, so I'm just gonna be right here then. And...
It's a good place to be.
Whirlwind!
Whirlwind. All right, strength saving throws.
Yep.
Not too strong, being a cloud. And let's see. You're over a Quillet, or no, not Quillet. Oh my god. Fuck Aarakocra names. Whipplet.
That's why you should call them what type
Didn't
of
you come
bird
up
they
with,
are.
like-
Fails,
aren't
okay.
you the one who came up with the naming conventions?
No. Like they all have to
So
sound
do
like
I
bird
get
noises.
to roll 3d8 plus 2?
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay.
There's the reason why the when creating an Aarakocra, D&D Beyond tells you don't be afraid to use other races' names because they will frequently use
Perfect.
whatever
And they have
other
thrown
language they know.
10 feet. So since you moved forward into them, they're both going to be pushed 10 feet back out of your, and they're taking the push. All right.
13.
And now they have to
Damn
make dexterity saving throws not to be thrown prone. Save.
Question.
Cloud Kill is immune to prone.
Question. Can Ulu and Uza now take attacks of opportunity against the cloud because it got pushed out of their space?
No,
Ooh.
they use they unless you're using your reaction to move, they don't incur opportunity attacks. That's
Yeah,
one thing I messed up earlier when we did the
Yeah, you
telekinesis.
might be right, yeah.
Because turns out that's super broken. As you guys experienced when you picked up that poor bastard and slammed him around, it was awful.
Elevator of pain.
Oh yeah, the elevator thing doesn't work anymore.
Elevator
Oh
thing.
no!
Yeah, no, that was some serious.
That was my
nonsense.
favorite.
All right, that'll bring us to Killatik, who is currently charmed. Nobody's hurt her, so she is putting her weapons down. Yeah, she is. You see in a flash, as the battle starts, she pulls these two massive scimitar, almost too big for her, and she spins them around in her hands, and she kind of takes on this sword stance where she has one pointed out forward, one over the top of her head. And as you suggest this, she goes, "You know they're right." There's no reason we have to fight this. And she like she just puts her swords back, and her whole turn is just her doing this. She puts her swords away, and she's like, it's over. We are getting nothing by fighting them. This is pointless. Which will actually help again in your guys' favor. All right, that brings us to Skrvak, who takes... He's in prison, so he automatically takes 5d10, I believe. Again.
Oh shit!
Hot damn.
Mental prison
Which
on a failed
unfortunately
save.
kills his suggestion, but hey.
Hold on,
But he's
one
in a
second.
mental prison. It's fine.
Yeah,
Wait a minute,
he's,
hold on.
he's not a problem.
Well, and he's the hardest one to convince
No,
anyway,
no,
so, you know.
he
Nope, he
doesn't.
doesn't. He has to be
doesn't.
moved.
He has to move through it in order to. So what? Let's see what he sees. So I know how he'll react. He sees.
You can say it out loud too.
Ooh,
Now, if you
okay,
want.
so as he's kind of back into this, you see he is yelling back, "I didn't fail you! You failed yourself! You were supposed to be strong enough to save us all! You lied to us!" As he sees these disembodied Jan Bin heads laughing and calling him a fool as they fly forward and towards him. And you see he's cowering back from them and yelling at the same time. And then as he's taken no damage, he's like, "Fine! I won't fight for you! I'll fight against you, you son of a bitch!" And you see he's just kind of like, he like throws down this staff that he was holding
It's like
in
a
his
bunch
hand.
of little Slimers just like flying through it.
and he just kind of like stands defiantly against this, too afraid to move, but also doesn't even know he's under suggestion because he couldn't possibly have seen you cast it. So that'll be his
Can
turn.
we see what he sees?
No, I only put that in because it's player input, so you guys should all know what he's kind of going through. You did
That's
hear
what
him
Brandon-
say.
That's
you
what
heard him
Brandon's
yell
fucked up brain came up with, guys.
You did hear him yell all of those things, though. So you did hear the things that he yelled.
You got a high insight. I can figure it out. He did throw down his weapons, though?
Yeah.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, he threw
Okay.
down the staff in front of him, and you see he's like standing, like trying to be brave against nothing, and also like he's like that halfway between cowering, like he's gonna break it any second, sort of thing. All right, that'll bring us back to. Oh, Agoge Rohanar is gonna take his turn because I fucked up this turn order, so it's him now.
See how this goes.
Okay, he is going to. He's like. Looking around and seeing the situation as it currently stands, with 2 disarmed, 1 standing. Yeah, you know what?
Come on, friend! Friend Crow!
Let me see what he's got for this, because he's gonna do something.
We freed your people. Give us shinies.
Yeah, we took care of you.
Oh no,
We-
he's got a huge debt to you guys, but he is also.
I don't know if it matters, but when I said they were under arrest, I was pointing at the council and not a Gauge.
Oh yeah, no, he.
Okay.
He understands.
Okay, I know what he's gonna do. So he's gonna be like, you hear me? He's like, if your ears can't, maybe your ears will heal better if you can't see your enemies. And he's going to cast blindness, deafness at a 5th level. So I need to roll. Oh, Constitution saving throws. Here we go. So he's gonna choose only those who have not laid down their arms yet. So that'll be Frillet and Woolarai and Repellent. So they need to make Constitution saving throws. Failure. Jesus, this is the longest run of failing saving throws I've been on in a while. Failure.
I'm okay with that.
He has to use his third. He has to use his 3rd legendary resistance in 4 spells. Jesus. Okay, and then
Fuck that boy.
saves. Okay, so Whiplet is blind.
That's bad for him, considering I'm standing right next to him.
Oh yeah. And you see as he does this, you see like all 3 of these that have not put their arms down. You see just this black mist kind of encircle their heads and then dive into their eyes as they're trying to fight it off. And you see it takes hold, and you see Wapillit obviously not being able to see as he looks around. His eyes still covered completely black now. The other 2 you see. No, fuck it. Oh my god, he failed too. So Woolarai actually failed. So you see it as a Willorai is casting a spell, and he's still slowly pulling it apart. You see he kind of blinks suddenly, and you see his eyes also overtaken and completely black. And you see, oh my god.
Don't worry, I got the black.
Oh no, sorry. Wapillet had his Indomitable. That's what I fucked up. Okay, good. So only the war piece in the middle goes blind. And then you see, Ogos is like, listen now, please. That'll bring us to the Living Cloud Kill, who is having an awful time. Alright, so this was the one who already used its spell mimicry, so let's see if it gets it back. It does not. It's going to make 2 magical strikes, so it is... It sees the closest threat to... It's going to try to save Woolarai, and it is going to make 2 attacks against Zadok.
Burrito, burrito.
16 and 20, neither hits. So
Ooh,
no
nope.
freaking worries there, bruh.
How high
His
is
AC's over
Stands
20.
right out of the
21.
way.
He's at 21 when he's
21
Blade
with
Singing.
Blade Song on.
Oh, Neato burrito.
I am a very dodgy wizard.
Yeah.
Good.
That's
Oh.
raw dodgy wizard right there, it is.
The wizards need those dodges, bro.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Alright, so since Blindness Deafness isn't a concentration spell, and it is now Gosha's turn again. Jesus Christ. this
Factually, his turn.
In his actual turn, he's going to throw a hold person at 5th level. Which means he can do 4 targets. Of course he can. Fabulous.
Sometimes I get frustrated with how he's fighting himself.
There's other things that are supposed to happen.
God damn it, me! Why are you being such a dick? Because
no.
me, I have to be. It's only fair.
I have to be fair. All right, so that means we need wisdom savings throws from everybody, and he doesn't have a fucking Whipplet. He's out of his Indomitable, so hopefully he just fucking. Oh, hold on. Let's see. I'll just put it out here like this.
You can do it.
All right. Whipplet. Wisdom saving throw. He's held. Fucking, of course he is. Do. All right, and then that'll be the blind Woolarai.
I feel bad. Face palming so bad.
Of course, he fails to. And then Frillet. It's really funny because
Look at how
this
many
would have
debuffs were on this guy.
Frillet saves. Okay, thank fuck somebody saved. All right, yeah, no,
Yeah, he can save for long, trust me.
he's so screwed. And then
Wait, no, don't hit that guy. He was the one I was persuading.
Oh,
um,
I have a
Just
plan.
go push the main guy out of the cage.
No, we don't want to
Oh,
hurt him. He actually
wait
listened to
a
our
minute.
suggestion.
So he can. Oh wait. So with knowing that it won't hurt anybody, he's actually it'll be 4 targets total. So he's also gonna try to hold the sword dancer. Of Krilitic.
Seems fair.
Of course, yeah. That's. Yep.
I'm sorry.
No. Remember, DMs. Always be fair. Play every person as if they are optimal. So, shit is happening. All right, that'll bring us to Blutscale.
All right. Well, as the only one who was trying to restrain the djinn earlier and not kill it, I'm still on this pact of not killing things. As
Okay.
sad as that makes me. I'm going to, with one hand, grasp the fucking owl by the face, lift him into the air, and just go, I told you to yield!
All right, grapple check. Athletics check.
You know, some I have advantage on.
Something. Yeah, you definitely do. 25. All right, let's see if he can beat it and not get his head grappled. I don't think, even if he rolls a natural 20, he can't. He rolled a natural 1. What is happening? All right, cool. So he is now grappled by his face
Look.
for flavor.
Sometimes a bad idea is just a really, really bad idea.
I know, right? And that is going to be my turn.
Wait, what did you say as you grabbed his head?
Yeah, I said I told you to yield.
Okay, all right. Fucking shit. Bring us to Mezzy.
What about next?
Mezzy, before anything goes terribly bad, will drop mental prison, so that way the fucking guy doesn't get knocked out of it and then take damage and then lose the suggestion.
Okay, free. That's a free action, so easy enough to do. Oh, that
Yes.
I need to roll Skravax if he's slowed still, because that would have just been a natural thing. No, he's still slowed. Cool. All right. And then what else would he Mezzy like to do?
I need to actually get the right character sheet. What levels are Mez's spells again? 5th, I think.
5th, I believe. Yeah. He's level 12. Yeah, 5th level. Should be on his D&D Beyond sheet.
Which is the sheet that I don't have up.
Oh, yeah. If you pull that up, sorry, that's the one I updated. I forgot to update the other one. Fudge crackers, guys! You guys went all out on effects this. Well done.
We're trying to not to, well, after our recent murders,
right.
we're trying to.
This
We took some
motherfucker
notes
right
from
here
the last incident,
Yep.
and we're reapplying them. That's all.
is going to be hit by 4 Scorching Rays!
4 scorching rays. Roll 4 spell attacks.
I think one
Let's
of them hits.
see. Let's see on this thing. 1 second. Ah, come on, you stupid piece of shit. You know what? I have it over here. That's not right. Ah, come on. 1 second. I'm so sorry.
Fine.
What the hell's in this? I swear to God, it was like 17, but now I can't find it. Armor class is not 73, you dumb piece of ball. Oh, I see what happened. Okay. I was using
piece of balls.
1 second. I was using that particular thing.
You're good, fam.
So what happened was I used the AC slot to keep track of the other's health because the tokens are weird that way. I believe it's 17, but I want to be absolutely certain. Living Cloud Kill. AC's 15. So, 2 hit. Got 11 points, and that was to the one on the right, correct?
Yes.
Perfect. All right. Bonus action movement.
Good question. Don't think he can do that. Jeez. I'm trying to look for a thing.
Sure, no worries.
He's just gonna try to crawl under the table. Get to about there.
The old rat instincts die hard.
It's also cover.
No, that's fair. Okay, so he crawls under the table, and then that'll bring us to the...
It's called scurrying.
not when you're a humanoid, it's not. All right, Living Cloud
He
Kill
still has
over here.
claws. It still makes the noise, like a cat running against tile.
Oh my god, and he has hooves too, so it's extra loud. All right, so he is going to use spell mimicry, and we need, I think that's everybody again. 40-foot cloud. Yep, I need everybody to make another Constitution saving throw.
Except for me!
Even me? I'm all up on the stairs and whatnot.
The air elemental doesn't get affected by poison stuff.
Yeah, air elemental, you're fine. All right, looks like, let's see, you're 15 feet up, so...
Oof, Messi gets hurt.
Yeah,
26.
no, Vice Air, you're up too tall for it to actually get you. Good news.
Yay!
All right, everybody
I got
who
my-
saved, which is everybody. What the hell is happening here?
Mesnos didn't.
Oh, sorry, Mesnos. Only NPCs failed today. 22 points of poisoned, which includes Ogoj. Whoa, 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 whoa.
And then 11 to the rest of us.
Yep, 11 to the rest.
Fine.
Ogoj is going to have to make a Constitution saving throw, see if he can maintain blindness. Oh, no, that's just a straight roll. That's not correct. Hold on 1 second. There we go. It's a 21. So he maintains blindness. Of course he does. That would be just way too easy. All right. Movement. It's not
Too
going to go
easy.
anywhere. If it goes anywhere, it's going to get beaten literally to death by those two. That'll bring us to Faf, who's feeling sassy as hell, but sees that one is grappled. No, you know what? He's going to attack the grappled guy because he sees no danger from him. So he has advantage on the attacks because he's grappled. He's just going to bite the shit out of him.
Actually, hold on. I have a question.
Yeah.
Because technically Faf was in that attack.
What attack?
The cloud kill attack. The
Oh,
giant
yeah.
cloud that just happened.
He's immune to poison.
Oh, okay.
He's basically made of psychedelic poisons, so...
I just wasn't sure. I just wasn't sure if that attack would have any effect to make him flee or not. But if
Oh,
he's
okay.
completely immune, it probably does. He probably didn't even feel anything. He's like, "Fuck it."
Yeah, nah.
It's a hypnotoad with wings.
He basically... Yeah, that is actually one of the most accurate descriptions of him. And then... So,
All glory to the Hypnotoad.
both of those are gonna hit. Bam. Bam. Points of damage. As he bites into the back. Hold on, that cannot be right. Okay, it's... No, that is right. He rolled
That's
two
right.
natural ones.
And there's no bonus to it. That's right.
Yep. All right. So
Wow.
you see, he just kind of like bites onto the back of the head of this owl. Is just like who's currently much more engaged in having his face grappled by a giant dragonborn. Oh my God, Viser's the tallest person in the party now. Viser, you're up.
Literally.
Did that
From
contribute
my
to him
perch.
getting hit with the cloud kill?
What's that?
Yeah, my nose was 6 inches higher.
Holy shit! Yeah, no, because if we had an 8 feet, he'd be even safer from the cloud kill than he already was. Because his nose would have been 21 feet in the air. It's fucking amazing. All right, Sarah, what would you like to do, you tall fuck?
I'm gonna from my perch up here. This is the last. The next time I would speak, I will start raining fireballs down. So one of you will die, at least one of you. Just think if it's you who gets to die for nothing. Lay down your arms and let's talk this out.
All right, make a persuasion check.
Do I have advantage since, we're scaring and kicking the shit out of him?
You know what? There's enough
Any of that.
debuff. There's enough debuffs. Everybody of those are either held, grappled, blind. Yeah, you can have advantage.
Persuasion.
Everybody's
Shit.
fucked.
Everybody is fucked. Really? There's
26.
26. Okay. So, pushes him.
Or 25, you know. If you-
No, I had advantage.
No, I know. I'm just saying.
It's so close, it don't matter.
And these are all.
They're probably
okay.
both okay.
Probably
Everything
both
is
shit
to
bricks.
Wulurai, who is under the influence. You see, as he's going to pull apart the spell. You see, he goes suddenly he collapses it inside of himself, and he's like, "I'm willing to listen. There is much about this world I don't understand. I would ask my sight back though, so that I might know who is speaking to me." Brings to Ulu. So his spirit guardians, he was suggested out of him.
Ah,
'Cause that
I'll
was,
take it.
that was the weapon he was going to wield, so he put him down.
Woo.
Living cloud kill.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
Remember the dancing
Downer.
sword on the other one too.
It's just
Yeah.
Frillet and Whiplet left.
Well, I think you guys got that
Well,
one.
Philip,
Trust me, this blackguard's fucked.
So they're both grappled
just
or
gonna-
held persons, so you have advantage on all your attacks on either one. So really, it's whoever you'd like to beat the shit out of at this point.
Oh, or you can
these
kill a cloud
kills, you know, they're also pretty dangerous.
and still attacking.
Gonna get after this one right now.
Perfect. Roll your attack.
So with advantage, you say?
Not against the cloud kills. The cloud kills are not restrained in any way
Okay.
because they're immune to being restrained.
Am I still at disadvantage because
You're poisoned?
I am poisoned, right?
This is
Yeah.
correct. Yeah. It's okay. They have a... Yeah, it'll hit.
Below. Below AC. Whoops.
God damn,
I
that
hit the wrong
bust.
thing.
Dude, fighters at level 12. It's like that 15 fucking. Okay, next attack. That'll hit. Just barely, but it hits. Another 11. Alright. 15 will hit. Disadvantage is nothing for you, another 9. And then, with your bonus action, now that the sword is out, you can use the dancing great sword, not Jarek, Garrel's sword. You can attack with that.
Errol Spirit
Garrel.
Blade. And I'm gonna. Does the sword have disadvantage? Because
Nope,
it's not poisoned.
It's not poisoned. It's its own thing, so it can do a straight roll. 21 will hit. Fucking hell. All right, 12 points. So you see as Ulu like kind of she's moving a little groggily, but she spins a spear in her hand and then stab. Just these 3 quick strikes into this cloud that's starting to slowly it's starting to come unraveled with every strike. And then you see just this ghostly form of an orc. Yeah, actually, you would all remember the it's almost the form of the orc paladin Garo, who fought with you in the vision. And you see the sword while it's floating, and all of a sudden this ghostly form appears around the sword, holding it, makes one great slash, and then disappears again. That thing is looking fooked. Oop. Yeah, it was cool. All right, that'll bring us to Uza.
Cool. I'm gonna finish that little shit off.
Perfect. It
Cottage
definitely has. You have advantage. Yeah, you have advantage, or you have sneak attack because it is definitely threatened to fuck. Cottage Justice hits. That is so much damage.
Holy crap. Oh, okay, that's a new format.
I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah.
So
That's 42 points of damage, sir.
So as you pull
Lord of mercy.
as you pull an arrow port and you draw it back, you hear it suddenly starts to spark inside your hands, and you hear, "Yon Sebin's minions fall before us!" And as you release, the rest of you hear almost this little, as like a tiny dragon roar comes out from the bow as it fires forward, and as it hits into the center of this cloud, you see just this nice pure hole as it, and then dissipates the entire cloud, leaving a clean hole all the way through it. Bonus action. With them.
Nothing. That's it.
All right. That'll bring us to Rapillit. And before I take this turn, I'm going to need another beer because he's just so fucking.
Actually, real quick, Ty, before you go,
Yeah.
I'm gonna use my bonus action to disengage from that cloud kill, and I'm gonna fly into 10 feet higher.
Okay. 10 feet higher, outside of the range of the cloud kill. Noted.
This is dumb as shit.
That's
Oh,
in
man,
general, or do you have
we
a
are-
new, dumber plan?
No, this entire thing in general is just dumb as shit.
It's about to start raining fireballs too.
Right?
Oh,
I
God, most of them
honestly-
are surrendering.
I honestly don't think it is.
Fair enough.
Because I will crush this owl's skull.
It's literally just him and Whiplet left.
All right. So can
And
we all
haven't
take
surrendered.
a moment and appreciate how strong the force is with Zadok? This is fucking ridiculous.
Yes.
That was pretty cool.
Oh, dude. Oh man, not expecting that, and it worked. I cannot believe so many of them failed so fucking easily.
I know.
All right, so he is currently under the hold person spell, so I don't think he can try a wisdom saving throw at the end of his turn to see if he can even free himself. But that'll be his entire turn because you guys are just. Oh. No, he's still there. That's his turn. Frillet, who is being grappled right now.
While slowed and now hanging in the air.
Well, actually, because of the arguments and stuff that were made in the last round, you notice his dot turned to green. You hear from under your hand, "Release me, please. I didn't even know what we were doing in the first place. I yield."
He said the magic word because I will drop him the moment I hear yield.
Perfect.
I'm not letting him down nicely. I am dropping him.
Perfect. We'll consider that a free action because that's nothing. All right, so that'll bring us to Zadok.
Okay. So, looking around, it seems like everything's pretty calmed down except for the cloud thing.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do about the cloud thing?
Wizards, man. Wizards. Shit.
Oh, I don't want to do this.
Uh-oh.
Disintegrate.
Get him! Get him, boy!
Is that half damage on the saving throw?
Let's see. On a failed, it takes 10d6 plus 40.
Plus 40 and a fail? Okay, what about a successful?
10d6 plus 40. Let's see. Automatically disintegrates a large or smaller non-magical object or creation. If the target is huge or larger, or creation of force, it disintegrates a 10-foot cube portion of it.
There is no on a save, which usually means if they save, they don't get hit.
Okay, let's see this thing evap for fucking ready.
Yeah.
So, are you guys okay? Do you want? I want you to describe what this looks like to me, because I'm yeah. How do you want to do this?
So, cast my spells through my mind caster.
Yeah.
This one, it's like, a different mode of my mind caster. It has its normal force damage, which is like green bolts. It has the ray of frost.
You've gone from stun to kill.
Yeah, like super murder is like a big old blue beam of Wait, is it green? It does say green.
Okay.
A thin
Perfect
green
for a
ray.
Jedi.
Springs.
Okay. So you cast it. Okay, so you guys watch as Zadok he kind of spins his blaster in his hand as part of his blade song, and he holds it up to his head, and you see as he concentrates for a second, the gems start to glow green, and then he just kind of snaps backwards into his hand, and as he releases this potent green beam of energy, hits the cloud, and instead of it dissipating around like the arrow went through, it hits. And you see the cloud like buck from it, and you see this kind of wave flow through its form. And the first wave, it just ripples, and then you see this wave after where it just turns to dust, completely disintegrated.
But it can come back if somebody uses True Resurrection or Wish.
Ain't nobody wishing for that back.
That's it.
All right, that is one disintegrated ass cloud. All right, Zephyr, what would you like to
Oh,
do?
it was an ass cloud.
She had to step away
was
and
an
tell me what she
ass
wanted to do.
Okay, perfect.
She is staying in form.
Okay.
She is holding an attack. I believe it's just a slam attack with the air elemental.
Perfect.
Yes. Well, it's a multi-attack, but it's a slam attack. In case this bird next to her gets froggy.
Okay, perfect. All right, Quillidic at this point, swords on her back. She's actually going to. Let's see, suggestion. With where she was in this suggestion, she is going to. Yeah, you know what? With that suggestion, she'll be like, Repellent, we kill only when necessary. Calm your blades. Please. You're clearly outmatched. And, oh my god, what is her damn name again? My brain is so fried. You guys just kick the crap out of everything. Like, holy shit. Don't get me wrong, I'm super impressed, so we'll just give her a charisma check. Yeah, that might as well happen. Alright, cool. Oh, and then Skravak is going to continue shouting. He's like, "You failed the Aarakocra people! You failed me! You're a liar! A false god! A false prophet!" And then, as he's yelling, it'll bring us to Ogoj.
You know you don't see anything anymore, right? You just hear Mesnos under the table.
Oh, no. He is yelling purely into nothing now. He is...
It's not me anymore, that's fine.
No, he is fully yelling into the... basically the fucking space in between. I'm gonna roll d20 for this to see what he does. Okay. Ogoj, he's gonna look around. He's like, "Good luck, Dawnforged," and you see he goes invisible.
Motherfucker.
What?
Is he bailing?
You don't know. He said good luck.
Yeah. Motherfucker.
That'll bring us to Bloodscale.
Alright. Let's see. The only one that is not currently
Amenable.
fully yielding is the guy by the air elemental, isn't he?
That's correct.
I'm gonna try to grab him by the back of the head and lift him up.
He is held person, so he can't even move. So, yeah,
I think you just
grab him.
Lift him up. I'm like, I told you, fuckers, yield!
Just wrapping them meaty paws around his face neck.
So as
Big meaty men slapping me. Big meaty men slapping me.
roll an intimidation check
Oh, this should be good.
at advantage
So I have a
because he is
question.
double fucking yeah. What?
Yes. Because I'm lifting him, can I use my strength modifier instead?
You can always use your strength modifier in battle.
So I'm gonna roll. Well, here's the thing: a strength
Because
check.
damn you,
versus
scary.
Well, a strength check would be 5. Intimidation would actually be 7.
If you have proficient, you can add your proficiency bonus to your strength check if you're proficient in intimidation.
Oh,
You
then I
don't
can
have
just
to
roll
do
my
that.
saving throw, technically.
Yeah, exactly. 19. Okay. It's funny because he's the one who needed to be intimidated because he respects strength. All right, Mesnos.
Mezzy boy, mezzy boy, mezzy boy. What is
Okay,
mezzy
at
boy?
this point, actually, let me check. Is anybody interested in walloping on anybody else?
Not in particular.
No, but I am trying to see if Mezzy can do a thing.
Perfect. Okay. What are we doing?
Okay, I don't see it. I don't see it. I was trying to see if he had a thing. He doesn't.
Okay.
So he's gonna crawl out from under the table and stand up and dust himself off.
Perfect. Okay. So to this point, everything kind of goes still. People held in place. Others willingly putting down their weapons. Only one actually was fully convinced. And then so you see the council now disarmed, standing in front of you, except for the stiff form of Whipplet being held and he's under hold person and grappled, his head. And it's funny because he has this big stork-like, very thin head, so this giant you wrap almost around the back of his head like this, and it's so thin that your fingers come together and you're just like kind of palming his entire head with just the beak sticking out from under it. Woolerai, he's being frozen. You may release me now. And
In a moment.
You see the spell of hold person pull
Oh,
off of
shit.
him.
You still haven't dropped your weapons. I suggest you yield.
No, he did. He never pulled any weapons. He released his spells.
Oh yeah, he was the spell boy.
Yeah. And you see his eyes also clear. Thank you. And he walks back to his place.
Oh, I thought you were talking about the guy I had.
No, that's Whipplet.
Okay. I also
Not
don't know the name.
Ulura. Now, so
He's,
all of these Aarakocra names are supposed to be bird noises, so it'd be like Whipplet, or like
No, I get it. I'm just not
So
going
I'm
to
just-
remember.
Yeah, I'm just letting you know like the
Oh.
reasoning behind their names because they get a little silly.
Col-
All right.
Everybody, let's collect our weapons, so we don't have anybody getting bold.
If they get bold, Zephyr here can just fucking murder them with air.
And then
Let's
I'd actually
do-
like to pick up all their weapons and put them in the bag of holding.
I take a step off here, hit myself with a little feather fall, and I float on down to like.
Perfect. You fucking gracefully float down as the air elemental confirms with wind your plan. You pick up a glaive of some sort, put it into the bag. You pick up 2 large scimitars, a staff, a mace, and a shield. And the only one who hasn't put down their weapons is still grappled and held person because he can't even speak. But you go and you pull his greatsword off of his back, and you pull 6 daggers. 4 daggers and 2 short swords. As well off of his
Jesus.
person. Oh, he is a battle boy.
Boy?
And then I'm gonna yell out as loud as I can for Kedik
You have
in Auron.
You have thaumaturgy, correct?
Yes. Oh yeah, so that would be a good use of thaumaturgy.
Perfect. Okay, I just want to
Slide
make sure
back a little bit.
how loud this is going to be. All right, so you call out for him. Let me grab his token real quick. Give me un momento, because he's a.
I'm just gonna send him right away.
Okay, so he
So you
runs
don't-
in. Oh, I heard some noises. What is everything all right?
Go find
Master?
Matrak and tell
Matrak?
him that his attention is needed in the council chambers, and tell him to bring the flight. All haste is needed.
The flight, all of the flight. How many requested?
I don't know, like 10.
10 of the flight, and Matrak, you see he looks down, he's like writing this down on a little piece of paper. Matrak, 10 of the flight. Anyone else or anything else?
Go!
Okay! And he kind of like runs outside.
And then I'm gonna call for Maverick. Maverick, I need you to
Yes.
find. Hey man, I'm glad you stayed out of that poison. That's a good call. I need you to go find. Oh, shit, I wrote this down. Hold on.
And it's easy to hide my face under your, in the back of your coat, really. I can't believe you didn't feel me.
I was kind of busy. I was a little worried about having to actually intimidate people, and but good thing I have other friends. I need you to go find. Fuck, I don't have his name written down.
Who is it?
It's the druid.
Rakah?
Rakah. Send Maverick to find Rakah and tell him to come here with all possible haste. And then from there, I need you to go find Lee and bring him here.
All right, you got it, boss.
Thank you.
And he's off. Is anybody else doing anything during this time?
I'm just holding a bird in the air, man.
This is the
Can
wrong
we tie them
music.
up? Does anybody have manacles? I just have rope.
Well, there's.
I think I just.
It's when you say tie them up. You hear Skrovak. There's no need for that. We've reached the point of. I believe there's much talk to be done. So, explain to us what is it you've seen and why we've come to this point, and I will tell you how we came to our decisions. Please let us.
That will
sit.
come in time when Matrak and the flight are here. Because like I said, you're under arrest. You're not leaving. You're not talking us out of it. You're being held captive.
I wish to
For
know
your
why
crime.
you. For one, I want to know why you assume you can arrest us, and for two, why you are and what is going on.
Mesnos will literally step forward just to say, we literally murdered Yansi Bin. We know everything that you assholes were trying. And yes, he's doing that. He even says assholes.
Yeah.
He's mad for once.
Okay. Yes.
And I know you know who that is because I made you see him.
Yeah. No, that's not what I'm saying. We are trying to find a way to find immortality for the Aarakocra people. That is our burden and our job to make decisions for them. That is what we are here for.
No, it is not. It is not your burden or duty to make decisions for anyone. It is your job to guide them, to counsel them. It's in your fucking name. You try to sell somebody's soul so you can have a few more years on top of your flightless life, and I start having a fucking problem with it. So if you're gonna continue to lie to my face, do a better job at it.
If we're immortal, how can I sell a soul that is worth nothing? We don't die.
Easy.
Idiots.
Well, alright, so, like, you really think that that everything on this plane is gonna be here forever, right? That's what you believe?
I see no reason for this plane to stop existing, yes.
Well, no. I mean, like, the things on this plane. Do you think the Earth will be alive forever? Do you think
course it will.
that this will all always... Because, like, what if it's not, right? Also, like, what if we told you that we already know what happens to the Aarakocra once they pass? And that you're robbing the majority of your people from what they might consider to be a much better place to be?
The hell are you talking about?
Hey, Vice Sir, why don't you just banish him and let him see?
Oh, that's a good idea. Sure. I banish him.
Ooh, shit. I have to check and see what that interaction... I believe he's not taking damage, but let me take a look here real quick.
Oh, wait, yeah, as long as it's not going to kill him.
No, it shouldn't.
It should not break the suggestion.
I just want to make sure... Let's see...
Unless he's assaulted somehow on the other side, it should not break the suggestion.
Either way,
I just
this
want to make
should-
sure.
this
I-
should
Gonna find
convince him
non-secret on the
beyond
other
the
side.
power of the suggestion, right? Has the
I don't
possibility.
know with his beliefs.
Hands Uza a pair of manacles.
Hold on.
I was the cop.
I have to. You were, yeah.
Sure, I forgot.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah, he was a detective. He was a full-on detective. Hey,
That's
Fluffy,
right.
what up? Oh,
Full on.
Papa Snuggle. Arthur, come on. All right, so
Oh man.
oh shit, I know what happens here.
Uh-huh.
Come here, Arthur.
He goes straight to hell because he's not from there. He's not a bird. He's a thing.
No, it's so much better than that.
There's a pup snuggle.
Too big for that. Okay. Okay, so you cast.
Oh yeah, pup snuggles.
You cast banishment on Skrivak. What's the saving throw?
Oh shit.
Sorry. Actually, before I do it, I go. Would you like to see for yourself?
Okay, interesting. Go ahead and make a persuasion check at an advantage, because that's the right question to ask here. Especially to him right now.
$27.
He
Try not to
stops.
be persuaded on your way through the parking lot.
He genuinely kind of like stops for a second, and he looks over and he sits back a little bit. He's like, folds his arms. You have proof of what you say. I would very much like
This
to
is
know-
where oh god.
I would very much like to see this. I'm very
Alright, so
interested.
you're alright since Oh sorry, you're very what?
I am very interested. What is involved?
Just needed to know that you're willing. Bye bye.
What does that mean?
I banish him.
So as you banish him, he's convinced enough to allow. He knows magic is probably coming, so you see he just pops out of existence. Do you keep him there the full minute?
Do I what?
Do you keep him there for the full minute?
Give him 50 seconds. Don't give him the full ride.
might
want
as well.
more.
All right, so
Dude, a minute is just long enough for you to acclimate and really start taking it in before it goes away. So
Ask maybe one question, apparently.
maybe.
Not
Yeah.
stuck. All right,
If
so-
you're presented with the option.
And so
Yeah.
you see Skrvak pop out of existence, and then it's at this point you see Frillet, the owl. He looks around, and you see he kind of he shakes his head, and as he does, you see the effect of the robe. His armor transforms back into the robes, and he kind of. I didn't realize there was another option or other gods paying attention to us. I would be interested as well to know what you're speaking of.
So
Whose
you're willing?
attention do we have of course.
Gotta do one at a time.
All right.
No,
give
I
me
don't
1
mean-
minute.
Just explain to me what you are talking about. And we will
Susan's
not-
job.
most
Look,
of us would
when I
not-
came to
Wait. Hold on. Can we call for the prophet?
I already did.
Can we?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Never mind. All right. Cool. Yeah. Go, Sadie, go ahead. I start making myself some tea.
So, is Skrvak back yet?
Skrvak is
Skrvak?
almost back. He's not quite back yet. That's Frillet's.
I'm just gonna hold up a finger. Take a little drink from my water flask.
Oh, this is good tea.
He's back. You see,
Hold on.
you
Well,
see.
starts doing curls with this bird.
Do you guys spice? Do you want spice? Anyone spice? Spicers?
I'm not giving them my spice.
Have clear minds for this. At least them. You do you, man.
I do. I definitely do.
As Skrvak arrives back, he's like, "There's so much more than we realized."
Yeah. And the one that you were dealing with, the one that you were going to sell our souls, our intent, our race to,
It was a
I'm going
trade.
to tear all that down.
It was not a selling of anything. It was a trade.
Yeah.
Shitty trade.
Sale,
The exchange of goods for
whatever the hell you
services
want to
and
call
or
it.
other goods. That's selling.
Look,
But you act like we were getting nothing in return.
I understand.
Years of life
What I am,
compared to
I
this.
am not upset for you trying to find more years. I understand. I am upset that you were making this decision for everyone else, where they had no knowing. If you want to go back to Yansi Bin in the air elemental plane, I will show you how to get there, and you can make this deal for yourself.
Apparently, you
I don't care.
killed him.
Yeah, but
We
he's like
did.
a
He might
demigod,
be
so he's
back.
probably
I'm
gonna
not
be
sure
back.
how demigods
We're-
work.
He'll come back, and we'll kick his ass again, because TBH, it wasn't that hard.
I blew his
Mesno-
neck
Mesnos
up with
from
a
the-
fucking...
Mesnos from the back. Speak for yourself. Just to himself.
That's not sure play it cool.
Oh no, not loud enough that the council can hear. Just that you guys can hear.
Look, if you want to go
I
back,
hit him
honestly,
in the
if
neck
you
with
want
a
to,
spell and made his head explode.
after I shot him through the throat, it
Just
was
in
pretty
case you
awesome.
were curious.
It's a
Ah,
real
it's good
tag team
stuff.
moment. It's great. But the point is, if you want to go back and you want to make this deal for yourself, do it. I don't care. I'm not going to stop you. I started caring when I found out that this meant all the Aarakocra. You spoke for hundreds, maybe thousands, without giving them a voice or even a chance to understand what was going on.
You're making a
You know
lot
what
of
that sounds a lot like?
assumptions.
No, this was not an assumption.
Oh, but it is.
This was Yansi Bin's understanding of this trade.
Oh yes, was the trade complete?
Almost. Hold
Yes,
your breath.
except for you're talking about the preview of his power that I had managed to negotiate so far for absolutely nothing.
If you don't
Yeah.
be quiet, I'm gonna hit you in the face with a fireball. Now shush and listen to the boy. Sorry,
Thank
go ahead.
you. Thank you. I appreciate that.
If you do not encourage
Look,
discourse,
This was not a free benefit. This was a down payment. He was waiting for the rest of your trade.
oh no, he's still.
It's gone. Hold your breath.
I
It's gone.
saw
It's undone.
enough. Am I allowed to
If you want to
speak?
do it, not yet. If you want to renegotiate this deal and do it for yourselves, go for it. But if you ever try to pull this shit, on my people again, we will not be as peaceful on our ending.
Well,
That is to say, that's how the Azure Guard feels. Matrak and the Flight might have something different to say.
Well, allow me to interject, Quillic.
Oh, shit, you're back.
This is
no, that's a different guy.
Quillitic, who's been there. She's like, well, now the entire negotiations had not gone through. It was basically we were giving a preview of what was to happen, and then left it to the choice after that. We were going to use the preview of it and consult more than just the council here. Actually, it was one of the points of contention between us and Ogoj, who was determined to stop us, but he was not in any position or power to really negotiate. But the point was that we were never going to make the decision. It was we were negotiating the terms in the contract in which those further could sign up for. And then Frillet's like, that's a little disingenuous. We were going to basically present it as one of the only options if we didn't want to die by the time you were 20. And then Woolorai at this point also kicks in. He's like,
Did that guy pop back into existence yet?
Yeah, he's the one we've been arguing with.
Okay, good. Okay.
Did you
that's what I
banish
thought.
Frillet as well?
No.
Oh, okay, no, I
I
see what you're saying.
offered to banish Frill.
Yeah,
but
yeah,
I
no,
think
he
was like,
yeah,
no, that's okay.
Uza waited till he was back to continue the argument.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. Sorry.
Woolorai is like, well, I would like longer in this world, but if you told us it was going to be the only option available to us to achieve these goals, Skravak. The calling darkness of death is a terror that is too close to many of us. And then you hear from Whipplet as he is currently grappled and held in place.
Is he still a whole person?
Yes, yeah. Oh, well, let's see. Hold person lasts a minute. His banishment for a minute. No, the hold person is worn off. He's just grappled.
Okay. I'm still holding him.
Perfect. Okay. Still
the
by the
air.
head?
I'm also raising my hand, my non-bird hand, as if I have something to say.
I'm gonna point at Bloodskill. You in the corner? Yes.
Thank you, Azure Guard. I'm going to walk over and I'm going to place the bird down in front of his friend.
As he does that, I'm gonna give a meaningful look to the guy who wouldn't be quiet earlier, like, that's how you do it.
As you plop him down, he's like, he actually doesn't even catch himself on his feet. He lands full on his ass, and he's like,
One,
strong enough to fight those who would promise us power. Listen to their strength, for God's sake. I've never been manhandled so much in my life. Just
I could
shut
have
the
literally
fuck
snapped
up.
his neck. He would have just been dead.
Oh, he's still yelling at the council. It's just shut the
I know.
fuck up.
I'm talking to the rest of the council, like affirming what he's saying. Like, yeah,
As you
I
said,
literally could have snapped his neck. He could have been dead.
he like gestures
him
to
do
it.
it.
He like gestures to you. He's like, "He fucking defeated your supposed god who was going to give us anything."
The one hand that's up that was holding him, I then just extend the claws on real quick.
Like,
Just
what's
like
your-
I
what
wasn't
is
even
your-
using my full power.
So is it one of those like this
No. Like I literally still have the hand like palm in front, and the claws just pop out.
sort of thing?
Yeah.
I mean, that's true. I didn't even start casting spells against you guys, really. That would
All
be
right.
something.
So
It's like
So I've got a quick piece to say.
and listen to him. For God's sakes, you all stand back here and pretending like you're warriors or decision makers of any sort. They know how to fight. They have actual strength. For you.
I like this guy.
And as
But-
he sullenly walks over and he's like, I'd like my weapons back at some point. I promise not to use them against those who would be pointless to. And he kind of like stands there and you see
In a
he's
bit.
like he's making an active fucking like calming himself down. Like he's actively
Homie is
like
shook.
homie is shook, pissed off, and he's pissed off on everybody, like except for you guys. He's like, basically you can tell, like he's like, this is the shit, and like you can tell there's he's been on various sides of the argument so far. Alright, go ahead, let's go.
All right. So you say you weren't done negotiating, and I believe that actually. However, this child of a literal god, which even an ancient blue dragon doesn't really want to fuck with.
Oh.
Not the child, the god.
Oh dear.
Yeah, his name's
And-
Ulhar. He's currently sitting in that bow over there. That's the little roar you heard earlier. Don't worry about it.
Hold it up.
I've got others. Now, back to what I was saying.
Yeah.
He told us what he was actually going to have you do. He was going to force the Aarakocra into helping him attempt to take the city, which I believe you, who's still not allowed to speak, just saw. And honestly, there would have been many deaths. Many deaths of Aarakocra who were technically forced into slavery by this negotiation.
It's at this point.
Now, I don't know. I'm still ranting.
no, I'm just letting you know. A Goj appears at your side.
I don't even notice him because I don't care.
Oh, Jesus.
As somebody who was once literally a slave, down the mountain in Kern for a while, it doesn't matter what you get if you're becoming a slave.
Make a persuasion check at advantage. Perfect. Okay. That is excellent.
I could luck it, but I'm not. I don't have to take the luck, right?
No.
Fuck it. Let's get another roll in there. All right, we'll take one of the 16s.
Classic. That's okay.
Now I'm
16.
going to give you back to the Azure Guard of Akkadi, who is that god that you would have had to fight, who rules that city that Loudmouth there just fucking saw. Oh, and the entire air elemental plane, which I don't know if you see that air elemental over there. There's plenty of those there.
And when a Goj appears, he waits for you to finish speaking. He's like, "It is exactly as I've told you many times. I am connected to one of the great old ones who told me of the treachery of Yansi Bin. I know you do not trust, but I do not know how I can make you understand. He is a spirit of an ancient wizard who knows more than any of you. And if you would have listened to me, this would have all been obvious from the start. Mr. Azure God, I defer to you. But as for the rest of you, do not pretend like you merely were surprised by this outcome. I know many of you would be more than willing to give servitude for a few more days in the air. I would not, and I was the first freed, yet you ignore my every word as your counsel. A counsel to the council. Yet ironically, you let this oldest, the eldest, one of those who should know better, one who's only there because of tradition, and honestly, only there because of the curse of the wingless. Think about why and who you have listened to, and listen to this as your God as he speaks. You speak for Akkadi, is that correct?
That is true.
Akkadi is a god of freedom. Something I think Skravak especially should think about. Your floor as your god. And he kind of he bows down and opens a wing as if to frame you and present you even more than you already are. And
Going to... Oh, sorry, go ahead.
Oh, no, so as you speak, he is he's going to use prestidigitation, and so you see around you there's these small clouds and lightning appearing around you and striking around you as if your god is there with you at that moment. And you see Ogoj throws a wink to you from the side of his upstage eye, so only you see it. You know that the council does as he winks to you.
Agoj, thank you. I have one more favor to ask you, if you trust me.
Of course.
Can you hold out your hand, please?
Ogoj, not even thinking, he holds out his hand.
I'm going to take Shadow Drinker, and I'm going to cut his hand. I'll dump the healing hands into him, but I want to take his shadow.
Perfect. So as you pull the shadow off of him, you see, as it's pulled off, his crow feathers, they almost have this sheen to them that is brightened once the shadow is no longer there. But as you pull his shadow into Shadow Drinker.
This weapon allows me to take certain aspects from things. Thank you, Agoj. And I'll plop it right here.
Perfect.
When the creature whose shadow I have is slain, I can see its memories. Don't worry, Agoj, I'm not going to do that to you.
Actually, I think it would do them some good, but I leave it to you.
I gained their memories. I took Yansi Bin's shadow, and we slayed him. And I saw his memories. I saw what he wanted. He wanted to watch the air palace of the Dukes burn. He wanted to control it, and he was willing to throw as many expendable Aarakocra at it as possible. His hate for Akkadi is fueled by every being of himself. And he will force you to do terrible things if you would follow through with this deal. Now, as I said before, if you want to continue to find him and seek this out for yourself, I will not stop you. It is not my way or Akkadi's. It is your choice. I'm simply here to stop you from making that choice from everyone else. Now, Akkadi's judgment will be reserved for when you die. And die you will, as we all will. Whether it's today, tomorrow, 10 years from now, or 2 weeks. It is the will of the world. We cannot stop it no matter what deals we make. But your judgment here will be decided by the very people you tried to sell into chains. And Matrak, the Flight, and Rakah will see that you get a fair trial.
Frillit at this point, the owl, he's like, well, it appears that even though we are awakened from our old wingless ways, there is more to this world that we should not assume and we should never have thought of. This is our own failing and not one that we can place on anyone else. This is the arrogance of the council. Do you not agree? And he kind of turns back to the council. And, Quilitic, she kind of, she's thinking, she's like, but we tried to make the best decision we could make with the information we had. It seemed so logical at the time. And Whipper-Lady's like, yes, I told you, I've argued so many times against cowardice, it kills me. This is our own cowardice coming home to roost, as it always does. When you act in fear, everything follows and haunts you. And Woolrai's like, well, that is not entirely true. We did receive some boons and gifts for free. It seemed logical at its point.
Free.
Scrivac is still completely silent and sullen as fuck, looking out into the rest of you. And then Ogoj's just like, if you would, can you show the memories without killing me? Or are they only for you, as your
I
god?
believe they're only for me, unless... Ty, is there a way I can share these memories? Hold on.
Make
Let's
a
see here.
wisdom check. No, Arcana check, actually.
Ooh. Big old +0 coming at you. I'm gonna use luck.
Okay, 15.
That's a little bit better.
So 15. 15's enough to know that there are some aspects of Shadow Drinker that you haven't been fully able to unlock. You're not sure exactly what they are, but you know it might be capable of something more, if you're able to figure that out. For now, Ogos is just be like, it is all right. I will show them what I mean. And Ogos takes this moment and he throws up some minor illusions as he's like, never forget where we started. Even earlier this same year, all of us, myself included, me, the first awakened, who you ignored constantly. We were called upon by nothing. We were wandering the streets. And the whole time he's doing this, he's showing illusions of what he's talking about. And then he uses illusory scripts to kind of like throw this super fine magical script that writes as he's speaking. And he's like, we were absolutely lost. And a great old one came to me and released me from my curse. It took much for them. It took so much of their power to even do us that much. And now, you're given a chance to be judged, as you have judged others. So I would take the time not for convincing the victors, these Dawnforged company, who have given every Aarakocra so much, and not the convincing the Azure Guard of anything, of the righteousness of your actions. You will have your day in court. But think, for your soul's sake, for the sake of all that you know, and all the things that made you originally good, and the things that made you qualified for this council, whether it be your worldly experience as a Kenku. Yes, I said Kenku, not cursed wingless, because that's what we were. No excuses left, other than ignorance, which we'll see how that holds up. And as he's speaking, the door bursts open, and Matrak, along with 10 of the flight, all appear in the back of the back of the room. Like, we are here, sir. And you see as they're all gathered around, and they're all
good. I will go wrangle them.
Perfect. So
as it were.
I'm gonna go with as well.
Perfect. So as they all appear, you see not only is Matrak there, but one of the trainers is there with him. It is Kulu, the blue jay looking Aarakocra, as they, and they're all they all just fly straight in, and they land here. And Matrak is like, I'm here. I heard there was some sort of disturbance. And then he's looking around. As he's looking around, he's like, "Is it the council in need, or?"
I'm gonna step forward with my hands up.
Yes.
Tracking.
Uza, explain yourself.
Well, I'm glad you're here. As I introduced myself before, Uza Skryl, Azure Guard of Akkadi, and I wanted to get your buy-in and hopefully your aid. I've placed the council under arrest.
Under arrest? Very well. Please, and this is only because I fought in the night with you, explain exactly what you mean by arrest and what are the charges.
The council have tried to make a deal with a demigod called Yansi Bin. This was the reason why we did not need to sleep or eat or drink or breathe. These boons, as I'm not sure, you might not have noticed by now, have been stripped from us.
I felt exhaustion for the first time in many weeks.
That is, because, full disclosure, we killed him. The Dawnforged and I. He is a pretender to the throne, an imposter, a usurper attempting for Akkadi. He's trying to...
Throne? Whose throne?
Akkadi. The goddess
Sorry,
of the
hold
air
on. What he means to say is, real quick, sorry, I think you're confusing him a little bit, Uza. Right? So the council here, right? They made a deal with a demigod, right? That was keeping you all alive, right? Well, that demigod, it was like a horrible deal, right? You were all going to be enslaved forever, and like they didn't tell any like enough people and all that. So like, we had to fight the demigod, not our choice, just what happened. We had to kill him. Not again, it's what happened. And now they all need to go to trial for that. Sorry, Uza, you go now. Oh yeah, the guy they were talking to, he was like a wee demigod guy, and like Uza here talks for like Akadi, who's like an actual
His mom,
goddess.
the demigod's mom.
So like anyway, so that's where it is, right? Like we beat the guy below the god that he represents.
And
Anyway,
here's the
just
biggest
wanted
thing.
to clear that up.
Like, right there, I get scattered. I'm trying to do this whole well thought out thing. It's new for me.
No, there's a lot. I believe me, I get it.
All right,
The biggest issue we have here is that they were making this deal for all our Kokra. They were going to sell us into another curse, more slavery to Yansi Bin, as he was going to throw us as expendable forces against a god.
Make a persuasion check. At advantage, because Vicer was helping you.
20.
Nice.
That's what you needed.
Oh, good. I need to start remembering to guidance myself right now.
Oh, dude, for real.
Yeah. So as you speak these things, you see for a second he's thinking like, without sleep was a great boon in the night. We could protect ourselves all of the night.
We can
all of the
literally
day."
show you what we were talking about if you let this boy here do just a little bit of magic.
No, I'm convinced. I don't need magic to tell me. I knew the gift when it was given was. too
You can literally
fortunate.
see the air
Too
elemental
good.
plane.
It was.
It's pretty
it was-
cool.
No, I need to center
Alright,
myself
try.
on this city and this plane. And for now, it is all that exists to me, and it is all that is mattered. And if you say we were to sell all of those inside of it for merely defending itself, there would be nothing to defend worth defending.
Don't forget the lives of the unborn.
Yeah, that was included.
Yeah, that was
basically
definitely
every
How
it
did I
was
forget
nuts.
that?
At that, he really like poofs up. He's like, they meant to sell all future generations as well.
All
Yeah,
air
that's-
Kokra total.
Yeah, see, that's why we thought a trial was in order. Like, well, honestly, I mean, you guys figured it out. You're the ones they were gonna do all this stuff to. Anyway, don't forget our name when you write down the history books. That's the Dawnforged company. That's us. We helped out. Symbol looks like this. I'm fucking popping into the air above me.
How fucking
It's
charming.
important though. I know this is like you're like, oh, but like we remember us. We'll be back later. Well, I mean, we'll be around for now, but also like people need to know. Just again, Dawnforged company symbol.
Wait,
Fucking hit it
wait.
again.
Are you leaving us then?
Well, we gotta
Not
deal
yet,
with the
not yet.
Hobgoblin army for you, but
Yeah,
other than that...
Yeah, there's
That is an important
basically
task.
what I'm not that we're leaving right now, but basically like there is a lot of ticking clocks and dancing things happening right now, and we have a lot of places to try and be. But when you write it down and write it all down, like please remember, the whole Dawnforged and the symbol, Things could get weird.
It's at that point
Is
that.
what's his name? Carrick? Did he come back too?
Yeah, I was gonna say it's at that point that you see Lee actually enter the room. Where is his token? He doesn't have a token. All right, fine, that's fine.
Good.
I was hoping the other boy would be with him because they were hanging out.
Oh no, yeah, Lee and Rakab both are headed in at this point because and you see
Oh, no, I just meant the other squad member.
squad member.
Yeah, Michelangelo.
Oh, no, just Lee for now.
He's
Yeah,
probably
Lee.
spicing it a bit.
So Lee, Rakah, and oh my god, I forgot his name.
I like this Rakah picture. That's pretty good.
Right, solid fucking art.
Yeah.
A solid one.
That is to Adley Davart at tumblr.com, patreon.com/AliMcCart. If you want to find more of their stuff, I always like to give credit when I can.
Bada bing! Look at that. Actual artist credits. Look at that. Holy
Yeah,
cow.
if I can find the sources, like I always try to, like this map, Patreon Eightfold Paper. This is one of their free maps that is fucking absolutely stunning. If you ever need stuff from there, their Patreon is super reasonable and really fun.
Nice.
But it's at this point, so you see Lee Rakah, and poor, exhausted Carrick also comes in. Like, I've got your cousins. he
Thank
throws
you.
like this like super exhausted bow where like his whole body flops over as part of the bow. Like,
I really hate to ask right now, man, but can you start taking notes? Kind of a big deal.
yes, I'm very well trained in the art of whatever it's called. And he kind of like wanders over, and he
I do need the nap.
collapses into the seat, and he just starts starts scribbling down. He's like, places, people, and he's like, and then Rakah and Lee both come forward.
Thank you for joining us here. I will give them the exposition. I feel like I don't need to explain it a fourth time.
No, by all means. No, I'm just kidding. So yeah, you go into the explanation of what's going on. Rakah kind of like, it's interesting, and I could feel ourselves being separated from nature as we were pulled farther and farther away from it. I had no explanation, but I knew. Pardon my hair.
Ricard, you
Have you been drinking?
I don't know what she's talking about. But I had felt us pulled farther and farther from our natural state, and though I knew this not needing to sleep being a boon, I had wondered the cost. And then Lee is going to walk from his leg.
Rakah, I've seen your patience in battle and your wisdom. Your empathy as a healer. If I could task you as the Azure Guard, I would ask that you find a jury for the council.
Well, a jury is one thing, but in its place there are many decisions that need to be made on a daily basis.
I would not assume to tell you how to do that. I'm here on the business of Akati. I saw wrongdoing happening, and I needed to stop it. Speaking of which, Mithrak, I surrender them to your custody if you will take them.
I will take them for their, if nothing else, arrogance. Making decisions for us all, while you are tasked with finding out the most efficient way to find our wishes be done. The choice wasn't only yours to make. I'm very disappointed and saddened. And as he flies forward, Rakah, he kind of takes a step, and then he kind of turns back to you, Usa, and he's like, if I may, is there any that you have met that would be beyond this corruption of an outside influence of Yansi Ben that I could trust to be a counsel in their stead? Or just anybody who can make decisions, since civilization is growing rapidly and there are many decisions to be made.
Well, funny that you mention it. I've got a notebook here full of names. Lee would, if you don't mind me suggesting you, would act, I think, as a wonderful voice of Akati on the council. Not to bend it to her will or our teachings, but to just act as a means of first-hand information, as he is the prophet.
And Lee steps forward. He's like, "That is correct. I've been called to become the roar of Akati, and it is the roar of the wind that would speak to you every day. For it is the wind will roar in your ears only to let you know that it exists. And Akati wants nothing for you other than your freedom to act as you would. While there is things that are of importance, and that there is a call to fight on the air elemental plane that we would be the perfect warriors for. None have been taken other than those, and even those, there have, and he kind of like falters for a second, he's like, there will be none that will be taken without their leave from this point on. There is a battle that is larger than we know, and though our civilization needs to be set and ready for the battle, and our walls need to be strong against the night, it is not the night that we fight, but nightmare itself. There is a nightmare that is going to come upon this world. And it is not a nightmare that attacks you while you sleep, but it becomes the waking world, where you can no longer tell the difference between what you fear and what is real, and every statement of your mind becomes a manifestation of its own fear. Akari has shown me that there is something beyond all of this that will take our lives and take our minds before it does. But that is not for me to tell you what to do. I am merely the roar, the sound of the wind. I can push you in a direction, but I cannot force you there. The wind is always there, pushing and asking, but never has the force to fully push you, for it does not wish to. Akari does not wish to make you do anything. Akari wishes only to be heard, and I will give you her voice. Very well.
I'm just gonna whisper. God damn, Lee. It's fucking awesome.
As the air elemental in the room, I'm gonna whistle. Like an agreement.
You'll hear this burst of wind on a positive note come from the air elemental in the room. And then Matrak looks over to Lee and he's like, "You spent a long time doubting yourself. And while I'd... Are you sure this time?" I am more certain than I have ever been. The Dawnforged company has given me the gift to meet that of which I saw. To know that it was not just visions and madness that had haunted my waking hours, but an actual call from a god that wishes only the best for us. She wants us free. But right now that freedom is impaired by a threat. That Yon Si-Bin would give us immortality is nothing! For we are offered an afterlife. If we, individually, who decides this fate for themselves, if we are to accept Akari to our breast and take her into our fold and into our lives and embrace what she brings, which is merely freedom for all, then we can have a place in the afterlife. So yes, we may have 20 years here, but who knows the number afterwards? And it is not that we serve her, that we just live on the elemental plane with her. She has joy in our freedom. I am the roar of the wind. For you can block it out if you wish, but I will always be there to tell you what she wishes. You can ignore me if you wish, at any point in your life. But the roar of the wind is always there. And I will blast her mightily at some points. And other points I will be just a whisper. But if you will take my counsel, I would give it so that you may make the best decision for all of us. Rakah kind of sits there for a second and nods. That is what I needed to hear. Uza, I know you are also a follower of this particular religion. Is there any addendum as far as the future council would be concerned that you wish to add?
Druid! Get the druid!
The druid's an air elemental right now.
No! Don't forget the green druid!
That was Rakah who was asking Uza right now.
Unfortunately, I've been away from the city for far too long, and I don't know it as well as everyone else here. Lee is beyond capable of acting as the voice of Akari, not only on the council, but in this realm. I mean, personally, you seem smart as hell, and you might not be a bad choice. Probably Matrak too, since he's seems like a no bullshit kind of guy.
I got an idea.
You know, there's always fucking a Goj over there.
That was my idea.
It's a good idea. But a Goj, can I ask one more thing of you? I know I keep saying one more thing, but this is probably going to be the
One
last.
more thing.
What is it you wish?
Even if the council in the future decides to keep things from the people, you know the price for that.
I think all decisions of the council will be made public as quickly as possible with as much description of why they had come to that decision. It seems secrecy is where logic dies.
Be like her, man. I'm gonna point at the air elemental. Transparency.
Agreed. And I think for that we should invite Karek to the council as the council reporter. And you see Karek like, swiftly writing as he says this, and he's like, "What?" I was writing this down, and I think I may have misheard you. You requested that I will join the council. I am merely just a reporter. You are one who sees the truth, and one who would speak it for the people. Well, no, I was just writing down what you said, but I mean, that is the truth at some sort of level. I guess the truth is really, it is because you think this deeply into taking notes that I think maybe would be a good choice. You will report every meeting, all of the notes, and everything that is spoken. Well, that isn't as easy as you. I know you are capable of it. You will report
You should
the
get,
entirety of the
Kororok.
meetings.
Should get Kororok to help you out. He just does not, I think, know how to be quiet.
Yes!
Or he's got this new accent thing, which I think is going to be really beneficial.
Oh,
Cultural advisor.
As you mentioned
Lord.
Kororok, you see simultaneously Rakas smile. You see Matrak fucking face palm. You see Lee just give you a fucking hell yeah nod, and then Ogoj kind of raises an eyebrow for a second, and then smiles.
See, all you had different reactions. That means it's a good idea. I think it's going to work out.
Okay, I will write it down. I say Kururuk, and then cultural advisor, and an interesting addition I would not have thought of, but it is an interesting point of what does it mean to be a Rakokra. I think, as much as we've all thought about it as a personal aspect, what it means to us, Koruruk has thought beyond himself. He's thought of what it means for all of us individually to be Aarakocra. I will. Is there? Can you send? He turns to Matrak and is like, "I'm on it." God, bring Koruruk here. Nice. And then, like, as they all like, he's like, nicely. He's not under arrest. They all kind of like slow down a little bit and fly out. Oh, I don't want to fuck.
That was the one thing I wanted to say. Thank you, Uza. Karuk! Let the toucan be out there!
And that would make our council once again, Matrak kind of, at this point, personally, that would make our council once again 5. And all of differing viewpoints, not just being old. One for and he points himself. Defense. Connection to nature and wisdom. Deep elder knowledge, as he points to Ogoj. A prophet who speaks for a god in our interest. And one who would develop something entirely new. Something wonderful that is entirely uniquely Aarakocra. Is this what you were intending? Oh,
Yeah, man,
as
fuck
your
overs.
god.
The air elemental is doing a little happy dance.
This makes me beyond happy. But I feel like I would not be doing my duty if I did not issue one last word of warning. The Azure Guard keeps guard not only on the air elemental plane, but for Aarakocra on this one. And if this council slips once again into corruption and greed and fear, I will return. But honestly, I got a really good feeling about this.
Yeah, me too. For real.
I appreciate where you're coming from. I, for one, will swear to you, and any who wish to as well may take this opportunity. But I swear to you and both the gods you serve that I, Matrak, will stand for everything that I know is right in this world. I will put aside all of my personal burdens, my personal opinions, and do what is only that is best for my Aarakocran people, as I've always done. I stood in the night as a defender of these people, and I will now stand in my days to defend them, to make all of the decisions they wish to be as free as they can, since that is what Akari apparently has wished for us. And it is something I had secretly wished, but had not the heart to wish aloud. I thank you for your confidence, and promise and swear by pain of death, if need be, that I will serve my people faithfully. Do you take my oath of fealty? For in place of the Aarakocra people, of course. I swear to them, not you.
Oh, good. I'm glad you clarified. I do.
And then, Rakar's like, I will also swear to the Aarakocran people that I will make the most... I will try to use my wisdom and my connection with those things greater than myself to help bring an insight to all decisions that we make. That, again, I like this idea that we serve freedom. For nature itself yearns nothing more than to be free and beyond the needs of restriction, or really, nature's only call is to freedom if you're really listening. I will swear that I will connect us to nature as much as possible, and that I will let nature speak to us and bring my counsel through it more than I would through myself. Oh gosh, at this point you're like, I would also swear that I will use the knowledge that was imparted to me by the Great Old One to only provide information. For that information is, well, it is for maybe me and for all of us. It is not direction. It is to help us inform our decisions. And then Lee says, afterwards, I pledge that I will bring the word of Akari every day. I will continue to write down the biographies of all of the great heroes that come to me in my dreams or at my waking hours. I will provide context, and I will provide an explanation of why I bring what I do on every day. And I also pledge for the people to give a sermon every day at the steps of the council, at the steps of the great library, for any who would listen, even if there are none who would come and listen at every day. I will be there, continually preaching. It's at this point you see the 10 pull in. Korurak is like, all right, okay, I'm coming. This is no reason for me to be. Hello, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful time. And he kind of like starts swaggering forward. And he kind of like, he's like, look at this one. I am told that I am needed, and these are most wonderful people to be needed by, huh? And he kind of keeps walking forward. He gives like little finger guns to Uza, who's flying. He's like, the wings, they are working very well for you. We could probably put a little bit of purple on there. No, not purple. You are more served by a.
He hangs out with me one time. Now he's doing finger guns at people. God damn it!
He definitely stole that from you.
Do your fingers shoot? Do they shoot magic out of them? Then you can't do magic finger. Damn
and then he kind of walks up. He's like, oh, so why am I here? You are all wonderful people, and I am blessed to be in your presence.
What do you actually talk like? I swear, Lord of mercy, this is such a duff.
This is how I'm talking now.
Now you're making fun of the way of my people.
No, I'm not making fun of the way of. Do you see everyone else acts? That's the way of your people. This I don't even know what this is.
Give it time. You will have lots of fun if you do it. Yeah, this will be.
This is just one person's like weird delusion.
Hey man, that's a council member.
I'm not saying. Look! Hey, there's been madmen on councils for all of human history, all history even,
So
from what I can tell. So it's only appropriate.
Vice
Switch to human now.
Vice I got a question for you.
Yeah.
Are you being racist right now?
No, how can I be racist? It's one person. It's not like a
I'm fucking with you, but
I know. I just constantly
callback
need
is
to point
funny.
out. Not like he's like, what a lunatic. Anyway.
I think that was the best possible choice for a council member. He's so inclusive.
Thank you.
It's like
when you're in that storm, I heard you.
What's going on?
Hey, everybody stop yelling! Everybody, hey, you're in the council now.
What?
Culture, you, culture,
I'm sorry.
Do
You'll have to
better,
say
for
that one more
God's
time.
sake.
I don't think I heard you quite correctly.
culture, you, on the council. Congratulations.
So start taking it seriously and not doing whatever this nonsense is.
My vote is to keep doing whatever this weird nonsense is because that is entirely the reason I recommended you.
Wait, are
You
you
do
fucking
you.
serious here? Are you fucking
it's
serious
clear that
here?
he's passionate.
Wait. Everybody stop talking. Everybody stop talking.
Yes,
are you
we're
fucking
fucking
serious here?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm on the you want me to be on the council.
Yes.
Right.
Sounds like
So it's time to do research and not just make everything up. Now go. Or stay. I'll go. I don't know.
What an amazing opportunity, actually. There are many things that we could all embrace. This will be very fun and very interesting. I have so many ideas. And you see, he kind of reaches down to a pouch and pulls out this book. Yes?
Hey,
I hate him.
you're on the council. You are not the council.
Oh,
Shit
no,
needs to be
no.
approved.
I just have some ideas. And he kind of flips it open and, he
Save
kind of
those
like-
for council meetings.
We're not the council. We don't care.
Oh, very well, but there are many things that I think we can incorporate here.
Yeah, well, we got to deal with a hobgoblin army in a little bit, so just chill.
Speaking of that, have you had any opportunity in this intervening time to go and investigate?
No, we've been busy doing this.
no, we just we destroyed a demigod, rescued the people of the Arakroka, and then brought the corruption to your time. We were gonna try and fit the hobgoblin army in there, but we just ran a scotch over.
No,
I've been a busy couple of days.
now. I understand that this is all quite important, and it is not that I would never, ever claim that there is anything that you've done wrong. But this is an important
Hobgoblin
matter.
army is next. Literally next.
Okay,
That's literally the next thing we do.
excellent.
pretty sure we're gonna
Unless
walk out
we
the
all,
door and do
unless we
that.
all fall asleep and have to fight a dragon. Don't worry about that.
That could be fun.
So my last scouts said they were about a day and a half away. So there is time if you do need rest. But one thing I would say is they are marching. They will be here soon. Would you like to take any of the flight with you?
I'd rather not look like a military approaching them.
I don't mean like a phalanx or anything like that. Would you take like Kulu or Laurie with you? Maybe some...
No, you're gonna need them for the night.
We will. It's true.
Especially now that you have to sleep.
I can toss literally a giant tower out and we'll be fine
Yeah, we'll be fine.
for the night. You guys need all the help you can get here, especially now that you have to sleep.
If it is
Oh
true that I
shit,
will
that
not
reminds
sleep.
me. Let's go. Can I see the bag of holding?
Yep.
I'm gonna pull out all the rocks for the stones, just for the portal,
Yeah.
and just kind of go over to Lee and just like, there you go.
What are these?
Okay, so this is how we ran into all of this. If you
I'm
use
also
it,
going to give all the weapons that we took from the council to the flight.
oh man, I thought there was gonna be some cool stuff in there. Maybe. No, it's okay. No, you're right. You're right. We're set.
Yeah,
We're
because
set.
all of you are so desperately strapped for good weapons.
I don't want that one guy's robe that could turn into heavy armor. That looks badass.
I think it's just heavy armor with a spell on it, right? It doesn't actually transform, does it?
No, it's an illusion. Yeah, it doesn't actually transfer.
Oh, okay. That's a bummer.
So I was like, I have an idea for a new armor.
Super Sentai! Super Sentai!
Okay, so there is a portal
Magical
to the elemental
copyright
plane
infringement. Go.
in a windmill at such and such location. Put these in this order, and I wrote down the actual order for him on my notes, and I'll write it down on a little scrap note. If you need to visit the air elemental plane, you can decide as a council to open it up. Actually, you know what? Here, and I'm just going to give one piece to each of them, and then the 6th piece to Sedek. There, you can. This is the order that you do it in. Be careful, because when I went through there, Yancy Bin was just there and was like, "Cool, you ready to swear yourself into slavery?" And that's why we kicked his ass. But it is a direct point of access into the air elemental plane, if you need it.
You
At
mean
the very least, it's closed.
You mean there is I can... But I promised I wouldn't.
You wouldn't what?
I am the roar. I am to be here.
Then
I promised
Then
to
you
tell
don't
my
go
death.
in.
I
I'm
can
talking
meet
about
others,
visits.
though.
Visits, in and out.
I swore myself to this plane.
No, if he
Only
swore,
when I
he
die.
swore.
Only when I die may I cross to that other place.
Look. Lee,
Yes.
the entrance will need a guard while the rest of the council is inside.
Absolutely.
Congratulations, that's now your job when this is necessary.
And I'm going to point at his rock. They can't go in without you unless you all unanimously decide.
Then I will give one to each. And he goes and he gives each of the council one of the stones.
Oh, I just
Now-
did that.
Oh, you did? Okay, you gave it to one of each. I thought
Yeah.
you gave them all to... I thought you gave them all to Lee. My bad. I'm sorry.
I did, but then I was like, no, better idea. And then I gave the 6th one to Sedek, the scribe.
Okay. Then, excellent. So, I'll try to make the decisions as well as I can while I am spreading the word of Akadi. As your god, you have done so well here today that I can only hope that Akadi will follow you and continue to keep you safe and free. And he kind of puts his arm on your shoulder. And you feel this spark of electricity jump between the two of you. And it's this kind of like warm feeling as your feathers kind of stand up almost in reaction to it. And for the next 2 days, you have advantage on all attacks. He's given
Oh, shit!
He has given you the greater blessing of Akadi.
Oh dang! Well done.
That's badass as a rogue.
You're gonna hit so f***ing hard.
Well, if you have advantage on things, you get sneak attack, so yeah.
That's gonna be nasty.
He's like, and as he releases, he's like, Akari watch over you. And Akari watch over us all.
Thank you, Lee. Honestly, I wouldn't have been able to do it without all these people, especially Zarek. I mean, holy shit, coming in clutch with the mass suggestion and the slow right there. Like, I shot one arrow during all that. I tried to convince these guys to lay down their shit, and they didn't.
Yeah, just pointed out like how I couldn't I literally couldn't figure out why they were still fighting us in the first place. But you know, it's cool.
Well,
You did a good job.
Desperation strikes, right? Like all we
Yeah.
had to do was point out that was the only reason they were going anywhere. Right? Yeah.
Well, used to you doing a good job, Vicer. Zarek really stepped in there. That was awesome.
So good. So good. And
Well-
like, you know, after the whole Jin thing, I think it was good on us. We didn't even kill anyone. Well done, guys.
You guys didn't.
I didn't kill anyone the first time.
You guys didn't even
I
hit
did.
anybody. Like,
Really?
Yeah. Like,
Oh.
Yeah,
Faf
we only
hit-
did damage to the spell things.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Faf bit at somebody's neck, and then there was
2 damage.
Oh no! The only damage was to Wapillet, who was blasted backwards by the air elemental, but didn't attack. He just moved into a space and he got thrown backwards. You guys didn't attack them once.
Wasn't there the additional damage of mental not additional, but
That's
initial
right.
damage of mental prison?
No,
we never
actually.
took weapons to him.
No, he is an abjuration wizard, so you only heard his abjuration ward. He took no damage.
Cool.
Oh, good.
And you guys would have all
Neat.
seen him not actually physically take the damage. You've seen him absorbed into this magical thing, so you would all know that. So, so at that point, Matrak kind of steps forward. And he's like, "All right, Council, you are awaiting trial, and while you are awaiting trial, you cannot serve as the decision makers for the Aarakocra people. Your replacements have been chosen by what we consider the best council we can at this time. We will decide your fates, and you will have a chance to argue your day in court. But for now, we have a hobgoblin army marching towards us. We fight in the night. We'll get to you when we can."
Can I make a brief suggestion?
Absolutely.
Do try them individually, not as a
Yes.
group.
I believe that fair. Each of you can answer why you did the things you did and how you came to the poor conclusions that you have.
Can I throw a little suggestion as well?
Yes.
Just sequester them separately so they kind
Oh
of
yeah,
you know,
yeah.
get their stories told.
Yes. As we have no prison yet, you will all be put into the individual cells and care of Rakaz druids. They will watch over you, attend to your wounds, monitor you from any madness, but keep you separate from each other. You will have a chance to think for yourselves, not as a group. What happened, why it happened, and why you did the things you did.
Now you think about what you did.
You think about what you did. You guys pick individually without speaking. Pick someone to blame this on.
I am saddened. You know, every Aarakocra here has freely given themselves to work to make this place better, to take care of those who were not able, to build a civilization of which we have mere ghosts of memories. And you would have sold it all. Take them. And you see the flight at this point. They fly in and start surrounding. You see there's
I
no
wave.
resistance. There's no resistance from any of them. Skrvak moves slowly and with a cane, but he does not resist as they are all just taken in. And they're taken out of the room. And the council...
While the fighter guy is going past, I'm just going to be like, "Hey, the flight has your stuff, just so you know we're not keeping it."
Hopefully I will be able to use it against somebody who is, well, deserving of it for once. I was only chosen because I was old, but that doesn't mean I'm useless in a fight. I hope we meet
That's
again,
fair.
Dragonborn.
That'd be fun, most
think it-
likely.
I think it would be fun for the both of us, and, fuck it. Thank you for grabbing that owl fuck's head. And he keeps walking.
I kind of like that guy.
Were you guys
I
flirting?
thought the owl was the easiest one to persuade.
The owl was easy to persuade, but, like, him and Whipplet did not get along.
Super easy to
enough.
persuade when his head's being entirely encompassed by a dragon's paw.
All right, so we need to get moving towards the hobgoblin army.
Are we gonna
Let's
rest?
go
first?
see.
I think I got a good like 4 hours in me when they're a day and a half away. I think the math states that we should start traveling. Take a rest on the way. That way we can meet them while still pretty fresh.
Yeah.
Do you have defense in the night?
Yeah, that giant fucking tower.
It's a good tower.
We do have some things to.
Has it been? Yeah, it has been used for that. So yeah, okay.
Yeah, that's how we got here.
Also,
Wait, before we go,
Also,
gotta
I
go to a
did want to-
bar.
Also, before we go, did you have any sending out scouts to look for the what are they called? The deadwoods,
The
you know?
seeds.
Yes.
Dead
the seeds.
We still have...
How's that?
Go ahead.
You just said how's
No,
that
no, no.
going?
It has been interesting. While we weren't able to find any in the wilderness in the area, we do think that there is one inside of the hobgoblin camp that moves with it.
Great. It's not the
Perfect.
first time
Alright,
this
well, that's-
happened.
I cannot figure out why.
that
though.
solves that problem.
I had to literally
Oh,
kill
yeah,
a demon
probably
last
someone-
time.
Yeah, we actually ran into someone who had one in like a fucking bag or something. That means it hasn't taken root yet, so it's pretty young. Thank you. Do you have coordinates for that? For the camp?
If it's in the hobgoblin camp that's marching towards us that we're going to go meet,
You
probably
can't miss
fine.
it. You cannot miss it.
Alright. Perfect.
Well, good luck, Dawnforged Company. Thank you.
I think, what if it's in hobby?
I need a big ass banner that says Hobby's name.
I can make that. Also, I
I
need
could
to
just
go to
like make one. I could make it look like that's a thing.
his name is
While you
Zilbra,
sleep.
by the way.
No, I mean, if you're only going to use the banner once, I can just make a banner appear. And
Yes, but
disappear.
while you sleep.
While I sleep? Oh, you want to hang it on the
'cause
thing?
you're just
I got
hanging
you.
on the
Alright.
Yeah.
Oh, I could do that easy.
That's good, because in case they're marching faster than we think, I'd much rather have a potential ally come up to the door first.
That is great. Before we leave,
I do
Is
have
it-
to talk to you before we go, so.
am I in trouble again?
No.
Not again.
If there's
Man,
anything
fuck.
you need, if there's anything you need, just ask us. I'm more than happy to provide you. I'm in charge of all of the supplies and everything. And don't worry, Vicer. I am much keener than I let on most of the time. And he kind of smiles at you. And that's where we'll go ahead and end.
Oh,
Don't ever change. I love you.
All right. So with that, that's where we'll go and wrap up for the night. I hope you all had a beautiful last time. Those of you who are streamers, do you have anything to that's coming up that you want to shout out other than more babies and Sims?
I'll just be playing Visage on Thursday. The scurry game.
Dude, I can
Scurry.
as hell. So make sure you catch out Molly Can Has, twitch.tv/Molly Can Has. She'll be playing more of Visage, this super creepy fucking game. Yeah, you can also try to scare her with sound effects like I do every single time. It's funny, I'll sit and chat for like
Every
20
time.
minutes, half an hour, and then wait for my moment, and then try to strike and fuck it up every time. Hopefully you'll have more success than I do.
I now have a great laugh for when that does happen, though.
Perfect. Other than that, yeah, I've recently stepped back from my online streaming games, so this is going to be the primary game that I'm involved in. You can catch us every Tuesday. We'll be here 6:30 PST, approximately, depending on stuff. But if you want to catch the rest of the Dawnforged Company and their plight and what they do with the invading hobgoblin army and how they deal with that next time. Other than that, anybody else have anything else they want to shout out or anything else they're doing?
Happy holidays, everybody.
Yes, happy holidays. Hope you all had a beautiful Thanksgiving. And, it's
We
December
just
1st.
celebrated, okay?
It's
All right.
December already.
It's not
That's
just
not right.
Christmas.
we're almost through 2020,
Yes, yeah.
people. We're
Yeah,
almost through.
Yep.
Which the-
That's what I said about 2019!
Only going to get worse.
with that,
Congratulations, you're a prophet.
thank you all for
That's
hanging
very
out.
bad news.
Big shout outs for Mockery for his 11 freaking months, coming up on a year. Other than that, yeah, y'all are beautiful. We hope to see you next week, and yeah, find out what happens next time on with the Dawnforged Company.